Happy 4th of July. How y'all doing, man? This is Vocab Malone. We are celebrating our 2-year anniversary here of Street Apologist Live. I'm excited about this, and we're going to do some special stuff here. Apologize, got started a little bit later than we wanted, but we are rolling now. And so I got my Captain America hat on fittingly, and even Captain America shirt. Oh. And Star Wars glasses, just because that way I sort of have red, white, and blue. See what I'm saying? All right. Anyways, that's what's up with that. So you guys know that we do apologetics here a little bit different. This is an apologetics channel show, street apologist. And supposedly I'm an apologist as well. And what we do is we like to serve the underserved and look into the overlooked, as well as make apologetics fun again. I don't really know if it was ever fun in the first place. That's kind of the joke. It's like, we're putting the fun back in fundamentalism. I heard one guy say that. It's kind of like that kind of thing, right? But we don't know what's going to go wrong or right here today, but we're just glad you could join us. So shout out to the true troopers. Join us when they should be eating barbecue with Aunt Martha. Instead, they're hanging out with us. But to the Australians, I know you live in the future, and so it's already the next day. And so not only do you not care about our independence, you also don't even have the right day. And so you're not even, nothing's right for you people. Nothing at all. All right. And that's okay. We'll forgive. All right. Now let's yes, we'll have some Australians on the panel today too. All right, now here we go. We're going to bring in some special guests, very special guests. So when I say special guests, I mean special guests. Let me tell you about the kind of special guests I mean. Special guests. These are folks who normally aren't anywhere to be seen except in the live chat. This is the mod squad. This is the core of the mod squad. And they are now joining. So you're going to see, instead of just their avatars, you're going to see their faces, except one person. You're just only going to see her avatar, but whatever. So it's all right. I'm glad. Now here's what we'll do. I'm going to switch it over to gallery view. We're in speaker view right now. You're going to be able to see everybody at once. And we have some special games planned for you guys. Hopefully some music is going to come into play here, as well as some other stuff. And so you don't want to go anywhere. We're glad that this is the 2-year anniversary of Street Apologist Live. And so with that, I bring in the Peanut Gallery. How y'all doing? Okay, make sure you unmuted, everybody. Since you are here, Warrior Woman, finally, I'm going to remove the old Marcia profile, and I think we'll be all good.
Get rid of that chick.
All right, yep, all right, we are good. Boom, 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 boom. How y'all doing? Make sure you're unmuted. Let's introduce ourselves, and then you guys, you're kind of running the show today, and I'll just help out a little bit here and there. So welcome to Street Apologist Live Party 2-year anniversary. What's up, people?
What's up, guys? Hey, Street Apologist Live. I guess I'll start. As you guys can see, I am D-New right there. Or you know what? I'm the resident Benjamite on staff at Street Apologist Live. So actually, I'm just joking. I'm not on staff. But anyhow, let me just say this first off. Happy 4th of July to all of the Americans. It is your day today. Well, it's kind of not. It's actually Vocab's day today. I think more importantly, Vocab. Happy 2-year anniversary to you. And yeah, and then also to the live chat. I see you guys in the live chat. It's good to see you. Happy anniversary to you guys as well. You guys are the ones that help make it happen, most definitely. You guys have been coming in and dropping in for the last 2 years or less, whether you're a Jew or a Gentile. You are welcome here. So happy anniversary to you guys. I don't know if anyone said it yet, but I think we want more people in here. So you guys make sure that you share the link, okay? So I know Vocab says that all the time, but let me just quickly explain how to do that, because maybe some people don't know how to do that. If you go underneath the video, whether you're on your device or your PC, your cell phone, there's the word share. Okay, so if you guys click that, it lets you share to your social media. or you also have the option to copy the link. So that's what I like to do. It's easier. Copy the link, okay, and then you can drop it. You can post it anywhere. You can iMessage it. You can text it. You can send it to any group chat that you're in. You can send it to the dog, the cat. Everyone has a device. So send it to everyone and then come back. Let's get more people in here. You guys can tell it's going to be a different kind of show today. So I'm excited. You should be excited. We should all be excited. Okay. Vocab, happy 2-year anniversary.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I'm excited too. And you guys are awesome putting this together, reminding me about it, everything else. 2 years in a row now. So that's good. It's good to party even through social distancing, as it were. And you guys just let me know how to run the show, but I imagine everyone is supposed to be saying some kind of introductory words. Isn't that right?
That is correct.
All right. Well,
I'll say hello from Sydney, Australia. And it's actually good that we've all sort of come together because we're a little community in chat. But I think a lot of people have sort of put it together as to who, we all sort of started around the same time. 2 years ago, I think for me, what drew me to Vocab was around the time when he was doing Islamicize Me with Wood and John. And I thought, this guy's cool. He doesn't care. He's more interested in getting the truth out. Because let's face it, I think with a lot of Christians, we want to say a lot of things and we've got a little bit of a fear that we might come across as offensive. So I think Vocab, what I saw in him was that balance. He got the message across, wasn't disrespectful, but did it with polemics and did it with satire. And I was in. I dived in head first. And so what I do in SA is I look after Vocab's Facebook page. It's him commenting when he's responding to people. That is him, but I just post the links basically. And then we try to attend as many live shows. I felt very included, to be honest, being on the other side of the world. We as mods all stay in contact. It's a friendship, it's a community. And out of all the channels I've modded for, this one to me is the family. So this is where I plan to stay. I am so proud of Vocab, so proud of the mods. Nothing happens on its own. By the grace of God, it's 2 years and we expect many more to come. So Warrior Woman, some people will know me as Wawo, thanks to Nate and the nickname. I'll hand over to Nate and he can tell you a little bit about himself.
yay!
Hey everyone, I'm Nate2D2. You may know me as everyone's favorite mod because it's true. Go ahead and just check the old live streams. That's what Vocab says. I'm his favorite mod, except when it's D-New. Not only am I everyone's favorite mod, I'm everyone's mod. Apparently, you'd be hard pressed to find my name in a live chat without a blue wrench for some reason. Yeah, I've been following Vocab's page or channel since Islamicize Me, and I've been following David Wood for a while, and when Islamicize Me came out, it's like, oh, who is this fool? And came to realize, no, Vocab is actually a pretty interesting guy, and this is the only channel where I found real community, and it's been quite a ride, and I've learned a lot about a lot of other apologetics channels through it, and been able to have the opportunity to be serving on those other channels as well. And it's been an honor and a joy just to get to know everyone in the community. And I love seeing everyone in the live chats. Well, most of you. There's one of you that I don't like, and you know who you are. You don't know who you are, then it's probably you. But for the most part, I like everyone else. And it's just great to be here and have everyone see me finally, because I'm so incredibly handsome. With that, I'll maybe let Carm introduce herself.
Shout out to Roxanne Vargas, just became a channel member. channel member, you guys don't know, is a special way to support YouTube channels that you want to support, and then you get little gifts basically as part of it. So you get badges next to your name, and you get special access to some custom emojis. Ours are Thundercat theme, and I knew everybody would not know what the Thundercats are off the top, but first of all, the name is cool, Thundercat. People like thunder, they like cats, they're gonna like the Thundercats. Also, even people don't know what the Thundercats are, they always dig the logo. You see lots of people walking around the logo that have no idea what it is. I know because I stop them and say Thundercats, and they don't know what I'm talking about. So I know people just like the logo. And also, a lot of people like cats. And if you don't like cats, you're gonna like warrior cats. And so I'm like, we really can't go wrong with the Thundercats. I don't care what nobody says. And so far, so good. All right. So that's what's going on. So right now she became a Tigra. That's level 1. Act 17 Apologetics, aka David Wood, says vocab started the cult of Esau. Well, there's a couple folks in here who are Edomites, as in more than half. So what's up with that, bro? It's like Jim Jones, I guess. He was pretty diverse. All right, so who else we got saying something?
So I'll introduce myself next. I am Carm M, as everybody knows. I'm really excited to be here. I love seeing all of the same names in the chat all the time and getting to know everybody. Although, we don't know them, but we know their screen names and we start to get familiar with everybody. But like everyone else said, I love the community. I live in Southern California right now. I was born and raised in Michigan. So we've been out here a couple years. And so I got into apologetics probably like everybody else through David Wood and Sam. And my passion is reaching out to Muslims, and I have a heart for them. And I have a heart for everybody, but specifically them. I just want to see them learn the truth. And that's why I stand behind Vocab and David and Sam and everybody else out there who does this continuously, tirelessly, all the time, with their heart to get the truth out and to see them come to Christ. And that's where my heart is too. So I teach apologetics in my church. So I've been doing that now 2 years or so. And I really love it. I love to see everybody learn new things and grow and have their relationship with Christ even stronger. The chat, this group, all of the pages that we mod for is a privilege, and I'm honored to do it. Overall, everybody's been really respectful. I appreciate that. Once in a while, we get some people who are out of hand, but we handle that. And it's an honor for me to be here today. I'm excited.
And is the fan still blowing your hair there?
Yes, not strong enough though.
All right. Well, a shout out also to Roxanne Vargas with the super chat. That's the first or second, I can't tell, depending on how it's going, super chat of today. So, wow, thank you very much.
Roxanne is my friend, so she's supporting me.
That's very nice of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see you guys hanging out.
Yeah.
And then also shout out to Mr. Phil Fox. Yeah. Congratulations on 2 years. Nice work. Thanks for all the mods. For me, not mods. Friends and family. Blessings to my brother Vocab. He's saying you guys aren't just mods, you're like friends and family. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Mr. Phil Fox. We're with that. So shout out. We got some great people here today for the celebration. All right. Who else we got? We got anyone else coming up to say something?
Roxby.
Hey, yo, Roxby.
Shush.
What? Roxby, you gonna say something? What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Rox.
Hi. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really have an intro. Just became a mod a couple years ago and kind of ran with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you want to tell them that you're a fish that can talk? I mean, that's pretty spectacular.
That is pretty spectacular. It's quite the talent I have.
Yeah, you can't see everybody, but she's got some kind of whale for her profile there. That's what we're talking about there.
It's a whale shark.
A whale shark, so she says.
It's not so I say, it's so what it is.
We don't know if that's true.
Yes, we do.
How do we know that for sure?
Because I just told you. You
Yeah,
think I
but
would lie to you?
You're not a marine biologist like George Costanza. Are there any marine biologists here? Into the blowhole. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I did consider that actually as a career path, but
Oh, yeah?
yeah, I didn't go that route, obviously.
Corin says, everyone's wearing shades. I wonder what they're plotting. I wonder how badly Nate has brainwashed them.
Nate does have a lot of control.
I have to read out Soko. That's hilarious. He said, I wish I had an Australian accent. I feel like I'd be much more successful. That is true. Just remember that. Aussies. No, that's a load of garbage, actually. It's weird. I actually don't ever notice my accent until I hang out with these guys. And then when we start saying words like, when I say calm, and she says, what? Calm. So we don't actually pronounce our R. You say R, or we say R. So we do an AH sound. So shark, you say shark, right? It's a little history lesson for you. So if you want to talk like an Aussie, you just make the AH sound for every R sound. Try it. Calm, not calm.
In Australia, we have a lot of shark. Oh, wait, that's English.
That was really bad vocab.
Sharks.
That was shocking.
Good day, warrior woman. You have a lot of sharks. No, it turned into English.
Yeah, that turned
I used to
into
be able to
Cockney.
do it. It's see, that is when I need to practice in the mirror. I can do it. I mean, badly, but I'm not even doing it badly right now. You know what I'm saying? But we'll work on that. Look at these comments. Corin says, have you been seeing these comments, Nate?
I'm not really paying attention to anything Corin is saying.
Oh,
so.
You can't multitask?
No, I don't pay attention to what Corin says.
Because he says, and Aaron Larson says, how does it feel to be more important than independence? That's funny. Check this out, though. This is funny. And shout out to Basic. Props back to you. He says, I think I might actually recognize a few of those faces. The Chinese guy. There's a new one to me, though. Gerard Perry says Nate's facial hair has its own wrench.
I think that was a compliment.
I don't know. It's all funny, whatever it is. And then he says, because Rock says, you've seen Nate around, and Corin says, why is it that he looks so much cooler on this channel? And then he says, it's kind of funny, man. But also David Wood asks a good question. Why is there no snarf level? That's like leaving Orko out of He-Man. When the channel memberships go on longer, you're allowed to add more badges. And so I am adding a snarf thing in there, David, but it's just not yet. So don't worry, snarf is coming, as well as a hold on, wait, let me change it real quick. Let me fix this. Let me try this. As well as a Mumra, ancient spirits of evil, transform this decaying flesh into Mumra the enemy. Oh man, that's hard in the voice. No wonder that guy died early. All right. All right, so what are we doing now, people?
Okay, so now I actually just want to take a minute. Guys, you guys know whose channel you're on. You're on a Freestyler's channel. And so this is what we're going to do today. From now to the end of the show, you do have the chance to get your own freestyle. Vocab will say your name. He will talk about you. You'll get shout outs in a freestyle. How do you make this happen? Good question. I will tell you right now. You just need to give to the super chat. Okay, so he's going to give out a personalized freestyle to the top 3 super chatters, or he has other venues of donation. What are they, Nate?
We can give to Cash App and PayPal, but I don't think we can necessarily count those towards the game because we're not able to keep track of those during the show.
Oh, okay. Okay, then. So everyone gets the idea. You're going to get your very own, from the bottom of his heart, freestyle. What do you have to do? Just super chat a little bit. Chat it, super chat.
All right. Well, I feel like we should do a test to make sure the beat is gonna. I like that idea. We'll tell people that again once we get going or something like that. But like, I feel like we should do a test to make sure the beats work with the with the thing. And so I got let's see here. I got a couple songs that are like sort of half baked songs. And so what I mean by that is like I got a beat by Soko. And I got some lyrics that kind of line up, but it hasn't like the kinks hadn't been worked out. So it's kind of like doing what's called a scratch track, which is like a practice run through of a song. So let's try one and see if it works here. All right, let me see here. Let me see. How do I do this? I flip over to this and then we'll see if it works. So I'll do a little practice song to set up for the freestyles. Because I think you guys might also have to tell me like, hey, you know, quieter, louder kind of thing, right? You know what I mean? But sorry, here we go. And then I'll have to pay attention to you if it's too quiet or loud on the vocals or whichever way. Okay, this is a little bit different with Zoom. That's why it's taking just a second. That's why I want to run this test. All right, here we go. Share screen, but I have to make sure it shares the audio. Okay, share computer sound. Got to make sure that's happening. Okay, and now we're gonna go to iMovie because that's where the music is. And let's see. Okay, I'm sharing. Now we're going to try this button. Sorry, guys. All right, can you guys hear this? All right, what about? We need to track a little bit lower. What about there? How about the volume right there? All right, let's try this one. Something on the beat, and it goes. I was dead, not alive, now alive and not dead. I was dead and not alive, now alive and not dead. I was dead and not alive, now alive and not dead. I was dead. Yeah. Lost in sin, but since then been tossed in the ocean. Convinced men do the same with devotion. Not a plain invention, but a strange convention. Not a page was written and the age was mentioned. Chosen whole to predestination. Seek the text, the best explanation. You know what it is, man. I was dead, not alive, now alive, not dead. I was dead and not alive, now alive and not dead. I was dead and not alive, now alive and not dead. I was dead, yeah. I was dead, not alive, now alive, not dead. Dead and not alive, now alive, not dead. I was dead, not alive, now alive, not dead. I was dead. Ephesians 1, no one to seek his son. Reading Paul's letter to the road man. So now I know that no man is his right, so that's kind of how it goes. I don't know how that work out. Could you guys see my face or just the computer screen when I was doing that?
Just saw your face, and that's it.
All right. Well, what about the volume and stuff? Because this is not my normal program, so I can't really tell.
The chat was actually saying that your voice needed to be up a bit louder.
All right.
But they loved the beat. The beat was sick.
All right, let me I'll adjust it for next time. Let me see how
I'd have to say that might just be my absolute favorite beat yet in the 2 years. That was like another level.
Oh
yeah, Dee and I were dancing away there.
A little bit.
I saw you, girl. I saw you.
All of so
right.
good.
Even Nate was a little bit moving. Like
Nate's always moody. Oh, just
A little
kidding.
bit. No one saw, so that's good.
All right.
Someone was moving. Is that what you said?
All right, I'm gonna work on the trying to get the beat. Trying to work on getting the beat at a different level. Hey, shout out to Aaron Larson, super chat. He says I should always drown myself out with my own music.
I disagree. Fundamentally.
And shout out to Breakfast Gun. Andrea Cruz says that's her favorite beat too. So I guess it's good. People at least they like that beat, even though apparently it's too loud. Yeah. Oh wait. What? So that's what I got. So I got like songs on deck basically. And so you guys let me know the other stuff because that's really all I have. Besides, if we want to look at pictures from Doctor for the Block, although I'm not 100% sure how well the screen will share, but we could try that.
Okay. Well,
oh, David.
David Wood will be getting personalized vocab from his best of best friends, V Malone.
I have to rhyme Master of Mystery with David's dopest apologist history. Well, you got the second line is like way more, syllables than the first. But I can say that one line, but then diss him the rest of the time.
You can. I mean, you just have to mention his name. We didn't talk about whether it's going to be positive or negative. Just say his name.
Shout out to David Wood. That's
Tell
why he's
me,
Hollywood.
chat, tell me who loves the banter between Wood and Malone. Give me a thumbs up if you love the banter between these two.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we're getting some.
Exactly. You have to decide though which is better, David and me or Sam and David or someone else. Or I would include like Anthony Rogers, John McCrae, it just depends who we're going to include in there.
Yeah, I think you might come close tie with Sam and David because when Sam gets hot under the collar and David starts entering his chat, I get out my popcorn. It's a scream.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much like that in real life.
Is it really?
Yes. Maybe worse, actually, because then it's not censored.
Ooh, Shamoon uncensored.
Yeah, especially Sam.
Tricky situation right there.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually talked about someone could follow us around, 3 to 4 man camera crew with cameras within a certain amount of time, and it could be a show. Like essentially a soap opera, a Christian apologist reality show.
Starring all men.
Like the Kardashians, only not.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, exactly. But we way different, and they would still have to probably make it totally, acceptable to all ages. But it would it could be quite funny and insane. And a lot of people would love us more, and a lot of people would hate us way more. And the question would be like, also when we talk trash about, when we give our opinions on like everything under the sun, will we keep that stuff? Because if we kept it, we'd probably end up with beef with everybody in the world. We've talked about this before, though. We just have to have some events scheduled and stuff, and they would just go around. We wouldn't necessarily need to do anything different, necessarily. It would just be real, and I would watch it. I didn't think it would be pretty. I would watch it for sure. 100%, I would watch it.
Didn't we do that when we were in Arizona? When we were doing the whole little tour, we had cameras, and I know the footage I have is very, very entertaining.
Well, you've never let anyone see that. What's up with that?
I'm not very savvy on the computer.
It's in your back pocket right now.
Give your phone with your footage or whatever over to someone who is, and let us see that footage. Where is all that footage from Doctor for the Block, people? I haven't got none of it.
Nate has a lot of it.
Well, you ain't doing nothing. Just upload it to YouTube, and then I can download it off YouTube.
Okay.
I have to sign waivers, probably.
Yeah, I have to do
Somebody. Well, I'll know where to edit it. I won't show like when Carm fell and tripped and hit her face. I won't show that stuff,
That's when we edit it out.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about that.
No, let's not.
Just kidding. All right, what's next? Do you guys want me to? Am I supposed to freestyle for David right now?
No, not right now, because we're giving again to the live chat. We are allowing you the privilege and the honor of getting your own freestyle, and so from henceforth until the end of the show, you have the opportunity to super chat. And what we'll do is the top 3 super chatters will get their own freestyle from Mr. Malone over here. And so,
well, they don't know they don't know how long they have then. Let's just say you guys have an hour and an hour and a half.
Okay.
No, an hour, because then we got to actually do the freestyle. So you have about an hour.
Okay.
So you guys are writing this down? You're writing all the people down?
Nate's got it covered. You know his skills. He's doing it. So.
Okay. Well. Okay. All right.
Okay. So moving on to the next item of the celebration, we are going to play a game called Which One Is True? Okay. And so, all of these games require participation from the live chat audience. So we want to see you guys type in your responses. How this game is going to go, we are going to ask questions, and you need to name which one is true. That's why the game is called Which One Is True. And so we're going to start with Warrior Woman. She's going to go ahead and ask a question, and type out your reply in the live chat. And obviously the person who gets the correct answer will get your name shouted out. So are you ready?
Shoot.
Yeah. Are you ready, Warrior?
Okay, this is pretty tame, so we can ease into it. So we're guessing time here. I'm hoping everyone can actually understand my accent. I'm assuming it's not that hard, but about a year ago, there was a department called on vocab. Which one was it? I don't know what he did that was naughty, but these are the ones to choose from. Was it number 1, EMS? Was it number 2, ICP? Was it number 3, PD? So pick which one was called. Was it number 1, EMS? Number 2, ICP, or number 3, PD? Are we ready for the answer? Has everyone locked it in? Lock it in, Eddie.
The Insane Clown Posse?
Oh, vocab, you're with it. Oh, wow, we didn't know you'd get that.
It's
Yeah, but it's not that. Do we give the answer now, Dee?
Let's wait a few moments. What's everyone saying in the live chat?
They're asking
Around
what
the World in 80 Days said number 3. Servant of Christ Ministries said the same thing, PD.
Last guesses, people ready?
ICP is getting some play.
Ooh. Okay, well, just so there's last chance now, because we're going to tell you the answer is vocab had the police department called. Now, I don't know if he wants to expand on why that happened or if he even remembers.
Oh yeah, I remember. Well, the thing is though, so it happened twice last year. So I guess which one are we talking about?
Oh yeah, it did too.
the ones that are peeking through the blinds.
Okay. So IUIC San Diego. Okay, so actually, David was involved with that. You know, the cops are always getting called on David, and most of the time for good reason, right? So with that situation, we saw where the IUIC San Diego school was. ETS 2019 was in San Diego, California. And so I asked David and everyone else, because John was there as well. And I think it was just us. I said, hey, could we go stop by the school and do a video on the outside of the school? I don't think they'll be there. They should be out on the street at that time, but it's Saturday, so they might be in there. I don't know for sure. But let's go over there real quick and just do a video with the school as a backdrop. And I always have these like sort of ready-made kind of video topics to do with one of these schools or camps that's in the background, because IUIC is one of the groups that will not engage with me. And so they can still become basically background fodder for videos. And so that's kind of what they've relegated themselves to as far as their position. So the school's in the background. We're just filming right there. We're off out of the way of everybody in the public sidewalk, and this is not a busy area at all, right? And we're just there. And they had these guys walking around, security, and they were like walking around, but they didn't like approach or get too close to us. And then we went and got the camera and then came back. And then when we were coming back, because we scoped out the place first, make sure everything was cool. Let's record here. Let's do this. Let's do that. So they like run inside almost like, fast paced walking, like old people in the mall in the morning, that kind of walking. And they go into the school, and then we're just doing this video. It couldn't have been more than 15 minutes. And we're just talking about it. I mean, you see the final video of the IUIC Peekaboo. And I'm like, hey man, it felt about the right time to go. It's like this vibe sometimes you get. And so we even recorded walking back. So while we're walking back to the car, we're still recording a little video, right? Got a couple videos out of this discussing about bad fruit was that video. And we get in the car, and then I'm like, hey, let's drive by the school one more time and see what's up, because they were peeking us the whole time. And right when we go, these cops go, woo, 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 woo. Hold on. And then they pull right into the school. And they get out, and then they're like talking to the IUIC, and then another cop comes. So there's like two, right? And they're like, yo, they just called the cops on us. They obviously just called the cops showed up right when we were leaving and going. And I was glad, because I didn't want to deal with cops. I wanted to go back to Phoenix. I wanted to get out of there. I don't want to have to like explain or have anything go on or any, even though it would have made probably great footage we could have got further, you know what I mean? But I was like, let's just go. But it's just so funny, because we didn't engage them. We didn't knock on the door. We didn't go on their property. We did nothing except for where we were allowed to be, which is on a public sidewalk. And the thing is, I know how these guys are. They will do stuff like this. Hello, officer. There's this guy out here, and he's filming our school, and he's looking in the window, because like when they open the window, they could say, I'm looking in the window. I know how they are. And we don't know if he's got weapons or guns. There's a couple guys with him, and there's women and children in here. So we're really afraid, and we really want you to come over here, because this guy is known to be an anti-Semitic. That's the kind of thing. I bet the phone call was like that, because I know how they are and operate. Like obviously there's no weapons, but we don't know if he has weapons, and there's women and children. So that's the kind of, I bet you the phone call was just like that. And so they're over there. And anyways, but we got away scot-free that time.
So did you guys see them talking to Edomites for protection?
Well, when one of the cops drove by, I could tell at least one of the cops was white, if that's what you, but I didn't see them talking to them. At least I didn't. I don't know if David or John did. I didn't see like them, you know, that kind of thing. But I could tell that at least, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay, awesome.
that's why we say Israel united in cops.
Yes.
IUIC.
Teachable moment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, next question, Marcia, are you ready to ask live chat?
I think so. Oh yeah, here we go. Many, many names has this man been called. Some call him Vovo, some call him Malone, some call him Cab. Which name has Vocab never been called that we know of? Number 1, Frocab. Number 2, Mocab. Mo now holding extra significance because he plays such a good Mo. Number 3, Slow Cab Malone. I don't know if I want to do number 4, but I'll spell it H-O-E, Cab Malone. And lastly, Show Cab Malone. Which one have we not really heard people refer to Vocab Malone as? One more time. Frocab Malone, Mocab Malone, Slow Cab Malone, HOE Cab Malone, or Show Cab Malone. Let's see what people are saying.
That's a hard one.
I mean, it's your name. While they're thinking of that, Vocab, I've always wanted to know this. Was it you or you and somebody else who thought up your name?
It's like this weird combination. I mean, ultimately I did, but the way it works is almost like early Democratic votes. Like, well, here's what I mean. So like, I was probably like 4th or 5th grade when I started writing these raps and performing them basically in the closet. And then like I would show some friends here or there. And all along the way, when you're writing these raps, you're coming up with different names that you insert into the raps for yourself and that you share with your friends. Like, you know, here's my rap name. And I must have had, I don't want to say quite 10, but there could have been up to 10. And none of them stuck. No one would like call me any of these names. And I'm glad actually, because the names were all like dumb and horrible and not good. And it's getting around, I think late high school, maybe a little bit earlier. And I finally come up with this version of it, except the initial version was a little bit different. It was Vocab the Chief. And somehow out of all the names I had always picked, maybe it was a timing because it was right when we started doing some public shows, like talent shows and stuff like that. People started actually calling me Vocab. And so like this name got stuck out of all the ones, and I'm glad because I was like, I kind of liked it. But I spelled it with a K back then because I was like, let me make it different, you know? But I realized a K wasn't enough, meaning I could easily foresee somebody coming up with the name Vocab as a rapper, right? And so the K wasn't going to be unique enough. So I knew I needed something else. And I was like, you know, you got like some of these guys out here that, you know, they're using real names, but like Wyclef Jean and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I don't want to have my real name, but I was like, I could have a fake last name too, basically. And I was like, but then what would it be? And so I was a tagger. I was a writer, and I tagged Mal1. So whatever.
Oh, Mal1, right.
Yeah, so I tagged Mal1. That was my tag, M-A-L. It's a great name to write. The M and the A and the L are all real nice letters with those sharp, jagged things, and you can do loops and stuff with the L, and on the other side of the M was a great name. And then people a lot of times put 1 at the end of their graph writing name. It's like just a common, like KRS-One, that came from graph writing. That way, if a writer comes with your same name, you're like, hey, I'm 1, you got to become 2. And so that's why some graph writers have names like Phase 2. They were the second one of that name, stuff like that, right? So it was Vocab, Mal, but that was when I was rapping. But when I was graphing, it was Mal1. So I was like, I'll combine all the elements of hip hop that I have in one name, Mal One will just become Malone. I was like, that's a cool name. It rhymes with so much stuff, you know, whatever. And so then when that came, people liked it even more. They were like, I like that name and I don't even know what it means. It just sounds cool. Like, so I was like, and just kind of, you know, so that's how it happened.
I must say, David from Act 17 Apologetics, if you haven't already, subscribe to his channel, chat. But his comment was, VHI calls vocab low class cologne.
Yeah, that's GMS is the one who says low class. It's not even a good name. Low class cologne, or they say no jab.
Doesn't work with my accent, does it? Low, because I say low class.
Yeah, low class, and no jab, and another one is no swag.
Oh, no swag's pretty good.
That's a little bit more catchy. I don't hate it.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, I've even heard because I know you mentioned one, but there's even ho scab, which sounds pretty gross.
Yeah,
but I've heard that one before as well.
Funny. Okay, next two questions are Carm.
Okay.
Oh, shout out to DJ Next killing the super chat, by the way. He's competing. We've got 3 top tiers. I don't know if you guys see that.
Mm-hmm.
I do see it. So let me quickly announce it again for those who are just coming in. Welcome to the anniversary show, firstly. 2 years going strong. And so what we're doing today is Mr. Malone will dedicate a freestyle to the top 3 super chatters of the show today. I believe, just looking and reviewing the chat, I believe David Wood from Act 17 Apologetics is in the lead right now. David Wood is getting a personalized freestyle, and we are waiting to see who will join him. So from now until probably now the next 40 minutes, you have to put yourself in the running, put yourself in the game, get your own shutout by B. Malone. Okay, Carm, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. So this one, I'm not sure if Vocab talked about this in the behind the scenes, but if he did, you had to have been paying attention. And so this one is, while filming Islamicize Me, this is about David Wood. David Wood broke something in Vocab's apartment. Was it the fridge? Was it his coffee machine? Was it his toilet? Was it his washing machine? Which one of those did David break?
Whilst we're waiting, David's comment has to be read. Where is it? Here we go. Kids used to call vocab MC Whitey White Honky Cracker.
Don't read that stuff and encourage them. It's super not true. The names I really was in real life. The names I was made fun of as a kid was Greaser, because my real last name, it rhymes, and so Greaser is a slur for Hispanics and Italians. And so they didn't necessarily care which one I was, but Greaser was like probably the main sort of bad nickname I ever had. So it's like it's funny. It's like based upon the opposite of what he's saying. He's dumb. He doesn't know. Like, you know, he thinks but in real life it was Greaser. And then people thought it was funny because see, where I grew up was mainly black and white, usually like slightly majority black and then white and then small smatterings of other stuff. And so most of the black kids, when they first met me, would just assume I was Hispanic. And to them, I'm just telling you, this is how childhood was. They thought it was funny. And so Chico, Ricardo, they would just randomly call me something like Hispanic name. And they thought that was funny. Yeah. So the names were actually based upon that. It's like, it's just funny because David doesn't, it's like
he's gone the opposite.
Yeah. It's
sorry, Calm.
Yeah. But Greaser was by far the main one though. Greaser. Was like,
Greaser.
oh yeah, Greaser. I mean, John Mark Greaser. It's like perfect, right? And
Yeah.
you're gonna do that kind of thing, right? So
You're
yeah,
giving us ideas here. You realize that, right?
I don't care about none of that. But yeah, Greaser. Yeah, that's the real. I mean, David Peckerwood. He's really the one with the name to worry about. He's Peckerwood, bro.
It's all begun. We've started something now.
If you guys,
I'm trying to keep a straight face, and every time I look down, David's comments just keep coming up, and I forget that I'm live. I can't stop laughing.
oh, shout out to Carolyn R. She hooked up a killer super chat too, and you guys are making this quite a 2-year anniversary. Let me tell you, which is good because in all realness, you don't make much on YouTube for ads. You just make a little bit. Like it's like I think it's like a penny a play or something. It's real small, right? So you have to have a ton of plays to really. But if you have a bunch of videos and they have a little bit of ads here and there, it can kind of add up to a little bit, right? Well, the video has to be monetizable though, and we've been playing Islamicize Me on the channel, and none of that's monetizable. So my point is, even though it's good to play it and all that, it's good to catch up with some dope super chats. So you guys are awesome because the channel hasn't really been able to do much lately because of all the Islamicide stuff. Hardly anything's monetizable anymore. One day it'll probably all be demonetized, but I think even when they demonetize your ads, which is not bad in a way because at least people don't have to worry about ads. You can still do super chats, at least from what I've heard. I think they did that to whose channel did they do that to recently? David told me somebody, they demonetized their channel. I forgot who it is now.
Oh, Apostate Prophet.
Yeah. But he could still do super chats. So that's like your last bastion of hope as far as that. Anyways.
So you guys heard that you get your own freestyle and you're helping vocab. So chat, super, and super chat. Carm, your next question?
Well, the answer.
Oh, the answer, yeah.
So what did you see what the chat was saying? I wasn't what were their guesses? The fridge, the coffee machine, the toilet, or the washing machine?
Well, I think we've had a mix of all of the options.
Vocab, you want to tell them what happened?
What were the options again?
Did David break your fridge, coffee machine, toilet, or your washing machine?
Wait, we're talking about Islamicize Me?
The filming, like behind the scenes.
Yeah. Technically, David broke a lot of stuff in my house. Well, I can't blame it all on him. In some way, he was usually involved, but a lot of stuff got broken, I'll put it that way, during the filming of Islamicize Me. It usually wasn't directly David, though. That's what's funny about it. But here's the thing. Technically, none of those, because he broke the washing machine during Boom Boom Room. Yeah, so see, David has the answer. None of the above. I flooded his house, but his after Islamicized Me. So I forget all the stuff that got broken during Islamicized Me. I think Mike was the responsible person for breaking the fan. He was moving something, broke it around, and one of the little fan, I came in and I turned on the fan. It was like, walk, like that. And I was like, what? And I looked up. It's because one of the blades was broken off. That was Con Man Mike. And then we could like say David broke the glass door when we were fighting, and I was like on the side. So we were really going at it. But see, I don't think it's fair to blame David because James is technically the one who threw me into the door. So it was kind of like, could have more blamed James, but I'm the one who ran into the door. But it was crazy though when that happened because it was the glass part of the door. So we heard it all go. It was like that scary kind of broken glass sound where it sounds like it went into somebody. But fortunately, it just broke beside me. My hip like broke it. But fortunately, the glass didn't actually go into me, which it totally could have because the angle I hit and then the way the glass hit. But so that happened. But see, that technically was David. David almost, you could say, broke the toilet because he got sick during one part of the filming and was in there nonstop throwing up, but he didn't break anything. And so even though David's kind of big, he's actually really not that clumsy, believe it or not. However, during Boom Boom Room, he did make the wash. And I was so glad he did it because I think it would have happened to me instead because all he did was try to turn this knob and the knob was old and corroded. So it was going to happen to somebody. And so fortunately, when it happened, there was nothing in the house because it was when I was moving. So I was actually super glad David broke it. And he could even tell you, I didn't really freak out. I was just like, oh, well, you know, and basically the mess was a lot worse than it could have been. Basically, I didn't properly turn off the water, so it was spewing water way longer than it should have been. So it was way worse than it needed to be. But he is the one who broke it off. But it's because he was trying to help, because he was washing his clan outfit. But first, then he had to dry it. But in the process of trying to wash it, he busted it.
Wow, that's
Washing his clan outfit.
Yeah,
I was going to say clan outfit.
Yeah, because he for the boom boom room, you know, the Klansman, he wanted it to be like white and pressed. You know, he wanted to show they take pride in their outfit. You know, and since it was just bed sheets basically, so. So actually, the answer is none of the above. But he did break wash during boom boom room.
Well, we were kind of thinking that it was chair because you ran out of chairs, and that necessitated you getting that chair that you're sitting on right now. So
yeah, that's true, but I don't. So there's at least one chair that David broke, but that was during the filming of another thing.
Oh, okay.
And that was, he was supposed to break that one. Another one broke. I don't remember how it broke though. And then of course he broke a laptop that was, it was busted up anyway. But I mean, he broke it with an axe. You know, he took an axe to it for filming.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That commercial's never come out, man. One day that needs to come out.
One day.
It's like, well, probably it's like the funniest thing we've ever recorded, in my opinion. It's like this commercial is like the worst, but the best. But I don't know. If it comes out, it's going to cause us a lot of trouble too. So we'll see.
Get ready. Okay, Carm.
Okay. Next question. In Islamicize Me, every morning, vocab woke up the boys by saying what phrase? Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Tick tock, time to wake up, or it's Fajr time. I think this one's easy, but
Nate, how are we going with the super chat people? What have we got? 3? 4 people in the running.
Well, we have leading the charge, we have David having given 200, and then tied for second, having given 50 each so far, we have Roxanne Vargas, DJ Nix, and Carolyn R. Next is Miss Titus 2 with $49.99, Mr. Phil Fox with 20, and Aaron Larson with 20, and Alex Medina with 5. So technically, we have 3 tied for second, and so there has to be the top 3. So I think we're gonna have to figure out what are we gonna do. There's a tie.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Niles Guy says, Nate, you look like vocab. That's a first. I'm just trying to get the comparison here. Might be the glasses. I kind of see, yeah. Moustache. What do you reckon, Dee?
I mean, they're totally different tribes, so
Maybe it's the glasses? I don't know.
it's nothing.
what's the answer, Carm? It looks like people are saying 3 Fajr time.
Or Liza says wakey wakey.
It looks like we have a lot of faithful followers that watch, so that's good. So yes, that's right. It's Fajr time.
Yeah, I mean, I know we were learning Islam, but I can't imagine Muslims waking each other up saying wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Because it's bacon.
They have turkey bacon, right?
You knew Muslims anyway.
Oh yeah, they weren't. Yeah. although Sam kind of looked very real in his role.
Oh yeah.
Moon, sorry, that's me. Let me turn that off. Thought I lowered all of that. Yeah, Sam really played that. When Sam played that part where he started going, Alhamdulillah, I was like riveted. I'm thinking he could actually pass for an imam. It was amazing. I'm going to turn these off. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so let's move on to the next couple of questions. And here is the first one to the live chat. Name the apologetics conference that vocab heads up every year. Is it Bless the Block? Is it Stand on the Corner? Is it Tell the Crowd and Mostly Yell? Or is it Doctrine for the Block? Okay, again, Bless the Block, Stand on the Corner, Tell the Crowd and Yell, or Doctrine for the Block? I see.
That was easy.
Yeah, I see Doctrine for the Block pretty much. And you are correct. To everyone who said Doctrine for the Block, you got it.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, and then the next question. This is a little bit more thought-provoking, I think. Okay, so we know that vocab is Italian, do we not? I think we do.
Yes.
I think he is partly. That's the thing. He is part Italian. What is the other half of his ethnicity? Okay, is he, or do you agree with Dante Fortson? And is he Muslim? Is he Hispanic? Is he an Israelite? Is he an Israelite? Let's just make it plain. Is he an Israelite or is it German? Okay. Is he Muslim, Hispanic? The other half of is what I'm saying. Is his other half Muslim, Hispanic, Israelite, or German?
So we're getting people saying Sicilian. We're getting people saying German. We've got one person saying Hebrew. Irvin Williams says Hebrew. And then we've got Jose Solis, sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, saying, I thought he was a greaser. We've got one person, again, Jose saying Hispanic. So, I don't know. Oh, look, quite a few people saying German.
Yeah. There's a few different answers that I'm seeing. I feel like vocab, you should be the one to just reveal who you are.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, got some good old fashioned Midwestern located Pennsylvania, Ohio German blood.
German.
Yeah, yep. Don't know really exactly where from. Never met those folks, but
Danke?
yeah, that's I never.
Not so much?
No, but I mean that's where my last name would be from.
BK Apologist thinks you're a Jake.
Big up to the Jakes, to the 2/3. Big up.
Well, if I am, I'm gonna be kicking those devils' butts in the kingdom.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the shock on their face? I'm like, he's a Jake or he's an Israelite. That's just going to upset me.
They'll be Yahweh washing their hands.
He can't be my jester.
Yeah, court jester. Yeah. They can't decide if they want me to work in the field or be a court jester.
They should probably clone. If they were smart, they should clone you and just get it done.
Vocab McClone.
Clone. I was going to say, you beat me to it.
Yeah.
Vocab McClone.
If they were smart, they do that. That was free. You don't have to pay me, Israel. That was free. Okay, next, Nate, with your 2 questions.
Okay. So what food would vocab not order off the menu? Shrimp, pad thai, or yellow curry? Shrimp, pad thai, or yellow curry? Which food item would vocab not order off the menu?
Me, I don't do seafood, so I know for me it would definitely be shrimp. I just cannot handle any seafood. Not even, I used to eat fish as a kid, but now not so much. And yellow curry, oh, that just made me hungry.
Breakfast Gun says shrimp. Liza says yellow curry. Isaiah Braxton, yellow curry. David Wood says shrimp. Caroline R, shrimp with a question mark.
Now Sky says whatever Sam Shamoon picks.
He's the barometer of what not to eat.
Yeah.
We've got David again from ACT saying, in the kingdom, vocab will be spitting rhymes with while flying with laser beams shooting out of his eyes.
That's right.
Oh, my
Okay.
goodness.
What's the answer, Nathaniel?
Well, why don't we have a vocab answer?
Oh man, I'm never eating any shrimp. There was a small time when I was a kid, man, that I think I had some positive experience with like fried shrimp and I kind of liked it. So I thought shrimp was like one of the best things or something. This is a small time in my childhood, right? And then I remember I had a corporate when I was in community college. I had to do a marketing internship, and so I had a corporate gig where I was literally like the guy in Office Space, like where they had to move my office around, and I'd be like in the file room and stuff. It was like literally, this is not an exaggeration. Anyways, they had a big corporate party though, and I went and they had the jumbo shrimp, the big giant cold ones in the sauce or whatever. And so I hadn't had shrimp in a while, and so this is like, I guess, early college, right? Maybe so like that. I hadn't had shrimp in a while, and I was like, well, if I used to like those fried shrimp, those giant ones are all expensive. They must be good. So I was like, and so I put some of those on my plate, and I took one small bite, and I was like, it was I was scarred forever.
Wow.
And then one time after that, I tried to go back and be like, well, let me see if I like the small shrimp they cook in certain Asian foods, and let me see if I like the fried shrimp. And I didn't like any of those ever again. And that was it. And now I just can't even, if someone orders it and it's somehow in there and I'm sharing, I'm taking all the shrimp out. I don't even want to look at them.
But vocab, you also grew up in Ohio. So, I mean, the shrimp there, I mean, I'd give it another shot.
Well, I've had shrimp since then in places. No, man. No.
So not even the breaded shrimp? Like
No,
a lot
no.
of bread and
No.
a little shrimp? No.
No. I'm done with shrimp forever. And I don't want to like, do the thing. I remember, I don't want to pull their tail, and it's just it's all gross to me now. I'm 100% done. This is from a long time ago that I even have these bad memories of shrimp at all, but it's never again. I remember there's a small time where so this is high school. I dated this girl, and the family was, I guess, right about me. I was from the wrong side of the tracks for her, right? And so they were trying, I guess, because she liked me. So we went out to this fancy place, and I remember the guy was like explaining to me how to eat shrimp, like, but like that I was that dumb that I didn't know. Like he has like thought I had never been to any place like it was just so fun. He's like, so you don't want to eat the tail, and so I always remember that. That doesn't really have anything to do with me not liking them, but I just remember how dumb that was. He's like, so here's like this walkthrough, like I had never, but I don't want to do any of that again.
You don't have to.
The mukbang, how do you say it? Mukbang. How do you say the raw, when they put the live suckers? That's I begin to dry reach. I can't handle even watching the way they put those suckers, and the suckers are all sticking to them. No.
I don't even like looking at those things in the tanks and stuff. I just want to stay away from it all now.
No.
Hopefully you have freedom in Christ and you can avoid shrimp for the rest of your life. So
Yeah, I hope so. So
the Lord.
Eat your portion.
Okay, Nate, you're up.
Okay, I think this is our last question for this game. So if you're a regular viewer of Vocab's live stream, you know that he always enjoys having a beverage. But the question is, what is his favorite mug to have that beverage in? Is it a Christmas mug? Is it the one that has a New York City cab on it? Get it, Vocab? Or is it the one that says world's best boss? So Christmas mug, New York City cab, or world's best boss?
Hmm.
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 That's a tough one.
Not really.
Oh, Niles guy says David Wood mug with the bald guy on it. Not sure what's he referring to. Oh, he's talking about David's little character, right?
oh, I thought he was talking about Sam.
Oh,
Wrong bald guy.
oh, David says it's his RuPaul fan club mug. Vocab, you know who RuPaul is, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to have him on a guest, man. If you say something wrong, he goes after you like he did to Jimmy Kimmel. Or wait, Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh yeah, he doesn't hold back, does he? It's a full blown, yeah.
Got to get it right, Jimmy.
Okay, what's the answer, Nate? Or Vocab?
Vocab, what's the answer?
Okay, what's the answer?
I thought it's not my Star Wars mug.
Wrong.
No,
That's
Wrong.
That's
Okay,
wrong.
I guess I'll just say world's best boss then.
that is the correct answer, Vocab. Thank you for your cooperation. In
I think
your favorite mug.
You're not supposed to hand wash this one, and you're also not supposed to.
Drink out of it?
No,
Yeah, you're not supposed to drink out of it during a live stream.
put it in the microwave either.
Come on.
but-
We've got
No,
more.
I like the world's best boss. It's just a little smaller, and I'm gonna go for coffee. I'm gonna go for the Gusto. So I have to have some coffee before if I'm gonna use that one. But
But I mean,
This-
the significance and the sentiment,
Yeah.
the heart that is wrapped up in that cup,
Yeah.
it's your favorite. It's just your favorite.
I'd rather just have more coffee. But okay.
I mean, really, strictly speaking, you should be ordering one that says my favorite mods. You know,
True.
let's be fair. You're our favorite boss.
I like it. I like that mug though. It's. I'm glad that he gives you guys.
You're supposed to love it. You're supposed to love it the best and use
Best.
it in every single live stream, especially the one that we're in.
Thus saith Nate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, someone asked me if I like beer. The answer is no. So one time I had some bad experiences. One time, people in certain neighborhoods like to do stuff to kids and stuff. And one time I was on middle school. I was about to cross the street and this car full of guys rolled by. And the next thing I knew, I just felt this crack on my skin and smelled this awful smell. And they chugged a 40 ounce at me just randomly. They didn't know who I was. I didn't know who they were, and it was so all over me. And it was the grossest smell, right? And ever since then, I never wanted anything related to beer because I was just like, and then whenever I see it, like one time someone's like, you got to try this apple cider beer. And I took a sip. I'm like, I guess that's as good as beer can get, that apple stuff, but I don't really want that either. So if I ever do have anything like that, basically I have like the girliest, least alcohol content beverage there. So like a margarita that doesn't even taste like a margarita, strawberry daiquiri that has like no alcohol in it, because that I don't really like anything else. So that's kind of how I do it. So basically if I'm around men and I wear something like that, they just laugh and lose all respect. But I don't care because I don't like this. The stuff they drink is it's all gross, smells bad. I don't mind. I don't really want to do wine either because people sit there with their glasses. I get it. It's cool. I just can't picture myself doing that.
You're like me. I honestly, some of the crowds I've hung out with where they want you to say something about wine, and I'm just not a fan of anything that tastes too alcoholic, and they'll start doing this whole, it's got a woody flavor with fruit coming through, and I'm thinking, yeah, no, I don't enjoy anything that's strong, and I'll stick to maybe Kahlua and milk, something that tastes like a milkshake. I just don't like the alcohol flavor whatsoever. Not a wine connoisseur. Wouldn't have a clue what to order with what food. Not interested. And yet most people I come across think that that's very strange. So you're actually one of the first people I've come across at our age that it's also not really into the taste of alcohol.
Yeah, every now and then it's fun to put some of that Irish cream stuff in your coffee. That's kind of fun every now and then.
Oh yeah, what's that called? Bailey's.
Yeah. But just a little bit, because I can't do too many things that are Irish.
It's good to have boundaries. Okay, vocab, you're up next with a freestyle. Not the personal freestyle. What personal freestyle am I referring to? Let me tell you. For the next probably 25 minutes, everyone in the live chat, you have equal opportunity to get your own freestyle. How does this happen? You just got to give super chat super. That's how you do it. Top 3 is going to be selected. Right now, we pretty much know who one freestyle is going to be designated to. We are waiting with bated breath, not bad breath, bated breath, to know who the next 2 freestyles will belong to. So get your wallets out, and I just made this up now. Chat super chat. I think that has some kind of flow to it. Anyhow, it's not about my flow. Vocab, it's about your flow. You're up next.
All right, I'm gonna have to look and see what you guys say with the sound. It's gonna be tricky, but hopefully it's right. The problem is I don't want the beat to be too low either. But let's try this. I'm gonna start sharing my screen, and then you guys tell me. All right, let's see here. Got this. You guys can hear the music now? Turn down the track.
A little bit, yeah.
All right. What about this? If I rap, the level will be right about here. This is the level inside your ear. Something like that. What about that level? Is it still too loud? Track still too loud?
Yep.
All right. Okay, I think the next one is quieter. All right. So what am I doing though? What did you guys say I'm doing, by the way?
Just a freestyle, just a general one.
A general one?
Yeah, not the reward one.
Not the reward one. All right.
Not the reward one.
Oh, Carolyn Ards broke the tie, by the way. Out here killing the game. All right. So you guys let me know about
Carolyn. This. That's a hard word to rhyme.
All right. Something wanna be. What about here, sitting in the seat? See, that sounds quiet to me. What about the track there?
I thought that was better. Like, I don't know. Is everybody else in chat thinking that sounds equal to voice and audio? Give us a thumbs up if that's the right sound that you like, guys, in chat.
Yeah, right about here. You guys think that's good?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's good.
All right. Sorry, it's just a little trickier getting it set up here on this guy. All right, here we go. Christmas Carolyn. Shout out to Carolyn. versatile, yes indeed. Yes indeed, Kirby Rice, well that's real nice. So I thank the Christ for what he made, what he gave. Yes, yo, now I'm saved, try to be brave and courageous. World crazy, call it outrageous. On stages, shocking like gauges. Yes, y'all, don't phase us. It's stupendous. Jesus Christ is a friend to the friendless. Lust in this with a witness to Genesis. God creating, now we suspend this in the air like suspended animation. Yes, y'all, now we moving claymation for you upon your station. PlayStation, now we blazing. Leave Satan shriveled up like a raisin. Amen, like a deacon. Yes, indeed, now we seeking. Like I said before, vocab alone used to be out on tour. Used to score like a road warrior. 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Score means I sold a CD, but nowadays it's a free MP3. To the squad, I thank them. Yes, indeed, to the super chat, bank them. Yes, y'all, it's a contest. I confess from the chest. Got an S, no Superman. What's the plan? David the Wood had to wash his clan outfit. Can't forget. Now I spit. Now I got to grow like a chia pit in a pit barbecue with the U and U. True, how you doing? July 2 plus 2. That's the 4th of July. Fireworks in the sky. Vocab alone with the shades on the eye. Oh.
Oh.
All right. Well, how did that level sound, people? How did that sound? The Hebrew Israelites are not liking it. But we still love them anyway. I never do anything to please Hebrew Israelites, and the reason is because they're unpleasable. I'm gonna start calling you guys the X. That makes me a joke. That reminds me of a joke when we went to Tombstone. Check this out. This is crazy, right? We went to Tombstone, and there was this little cowboy show they did, and there was this part where the guy is like trying to prove that he owns this donkey that another guy stole, right, or a mule, and he's like, "Do you have proof that it's yours?" Because the guy stole it, right? And he pulls out this paper, it's like a bill of sale, but the guy is illiterate, so he just made an X, right? And the guy who stole the mule, of course, is like an outlaw, and the other guy's like an old miner. So when he pulls it out, the other guy pulls out his pistol and shoots right through the paper, right where his signature was, right, which was just an X. And the miner looks up at him, and he's all sad and disappointed at the outlaw, and the outlaw goes, "What? It's not the first X I've shot."
Oh.
I was like, dang, bro, did people get that? That was like kind of clever and kind of crazy. And they're like, they got all these jokes like that in this cowboy show at Tombstone. The other one was like, the guy says, "What are you, a moron?" And he says, "No, I'm an Episcopalian." I was like, what? Who's writing this?
Wait, that one just went over my head. Wait,
well, he's like,
that?
The guy is mistaken that he's saying, "Are you a Mormon?" Because this is in the early West. So, Mormons are around in the West out there. There's a whole lot of stories about that. And, the Episcopalians would establish churches. So it's kind of funny anyways. So.
We've got more questions for you, Vocab. I mean,
okay.
This is one thing that we wanted to get to know you on a little bit of a different level.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So anything you can say, you're allowed to say pass. It's nothing major. My one was, when you were just a little 6-year-old baby Malone, what did you want to be when you grew up and why?
I think if I'm 6, let me see here.
Could be older, pushing 10.
Back then I wanted to go into the Army because my parents went into the Army and they were stationed in Germany. Before the Berlin Wall came down, they were like in that area. And then I had some other family who served. And then by that time, you would have already had G.I. Joe. And so G.I. Joe once makes all kinds of people want to go into the military because they think they get to fight Cobra or something. And so I would say at that age, military. And I kept that idea in the back of my head all the way up into high school. I had a couple of recruiters come by and visit the house, and I kind of messed with them a little bit. I realized I wasn't cut out for that point. Besides, I had flat feet. anyways.
My only other question from this, and then I'll hand it over to somebody else, is, yeah, I'll do this one. If you could choose any superpower at all, what would it be and why?
Any superpower. It's like, I guess, what do see, the problem is they all like mess with the sovereignty of God. So if I like say I want to be able to heal, like that's like the superpower I got. Like it's like, people are they're going out when they're supposed to go out. You know what I mean?
I'm feeling really immature because I was going to go straight to like invisibility, or I wasn't really thinking about other people. I was just thinking about the benefits for me. I'd go either invisibility.
Yeah, I feel like most people would end up saying invisibility because it can be defensive, offensive. It can be for intelligence gathering purposes. There's like 1,000 things you could use it. But man, speed, that one, I feel like speed, there's like so much you could do with speed, like to be a speedster, like the Flash, for example. I mean,
Like
that's just because invisibility sounds really pervy, I'm gonna go with speedster. And I think that one's harder to say. You're messing with the sovereignty of God. Unless you do the time travel stuff, then you're running into problems there. But who knows? The Molinist might like that because then you can get into counterfactuals. But I'm gonna go with being a speedster in the vein of Barry Allen.
Cool.
That way I don't sound pervy. Starting about invisibility, it's just pervy right away.
I think that's safe. I think that's safe and lawful. So.
Yeah.
Next question for you, Vocab. So, for those maybe people who haven't heard of your testimony, can you just explain a little bit of your journey from growing up in Ohio to landing yourself in Arizona? What did that look like for you?
Well, when I was doing a lot of like local shows in Columbus, little hip hop sets and stuff, I started to realize that doing a concert Christian hip hop was good but limited in its impact. And then I kind of realized like a lot of the churches didn't really like know the Bible very much either. And so seeing all these different churches and being exposed, I love the people and the neighborhoods and the places I was going and stuff, but also it was like troubling because I'm like, oh my gosh. But then I realized I didn't know how great of a position I was in to help anybody in the first place. So I realized I needed some training, but I wanted it to be practical, not just knowledge. So with all that being said, started looking for schools and places to get further training in. And it ended up being a small place in Phoenix, Arizona. Didn't know anyone there, nothing like that. It was more like a calling, worked on it for about a year. A couple people gave me good advice about different things and like that. And it was definitely tricky because, like I said, I didn't know anybody. And then I kind of had some good stuff going on in Columbus. So everyone's like, are you sure you want to leave? You're doing X, Y, Z, you got this. And I was like, yeah. And so that's how I ended up in Phoenix. And then my thought was I'll just come back, after 2 years are done. But then what happened in the meantime of the 2 years of this like small little Bible college I went to, all these doors and opportunities were opening them up that were, I felt substantial, and I felt like I had a lot of sort of responsibility to some of the stuff I had started when I was in this college, and I felt like I couldn't just leave it. And so I just stayed, and I just kept on staying, and then I just kept on staying, and then and then it got to where I was like, almost like I tried to move back a few times, and it was kind of like, long story short, God kind of kept me in Phoenix, and so He's still keeping me in Phoenix. So I love Phoenix, but it's also tough, man, because I don't really have the family or nothing like that out here. You know what I mean? Things are more in Columbus, which who knows, maybe one day will be renamed Flavortown, and I'm just like here and glad, but it's different. Family versus friends, it is different, especially if you have a decent family. I don't have a horrible family. I got a good people, right? So I'd like to be around them. But like if I die, I think I'd like them to put me over there in Columbus and bury me in Columbus, probably even more than Phoenix. That's why, for example. Anyways, since my dad asked me about that the other day, son, I'll tell you if you die. What do you put me in Columbus, Dad? That way you can come visit me, okay?
It's a valid question. It's coming for all of us. So, okay, Nate, do you have a question for vocab?
Yes, I do. Okay. Vocab.
What's up?
When was your first encounter discussing with Hebrew Israelites on the street? What was it like? And how long did you cry in the car afterwards?
Yeah. I definitely shook my head in the car afterwards, just like, what did I just experience? It was like I stepped into an alternate reality. True about that. I have to look up the exact date. I feel like it was around. Oh man, I'm gonna say between 2008 and 2012, but that's. I think it's that. I bet it's 2010 then. But I got to look at the exact date of when that first time was. I think it was around 2010, and basically I had studied them a little bit because I had a friend who had asked me about them. So I had some sort of background knowledge, but I never saw them that I knew of in real life until then. This one day I did see them because I live in the city and they're on these corners that I'm always around because of where I live and where I go. I don't really venture too much into the suburbs and all these. I just stay in the city, right? So I saw them out there. I was like, hey, I know what those guys are. It was like this weird experience. Like they exist. Kind of like I hear some people saying, oh, I've been watching your channel, Vocab, but I never saw Hebrew Israelites until last Saturday. I actually saw some. Whoa, and then they realize like it's a real thing. You know what I mean? It was kind of like that for me, except all the sort of research I had done prior was all self-done because there was nothing to look at, right? I just did this stuff on my own. And I was like, whoa. I was like, and I had to run an errand, which is picking up a birthday present for one of my kids, and said if they're there when I come back, I'll go talk to them. And they were, because I didn't know, they stay out there forever. So I approached them. I was like, hey, fellas, what's the gospel? And right away, they're used to just destroying everybody and slicing them all up. They gave me like an hour and a half of their time before they said, go on, get on down the road. Get on down. It's like the old Michael Jackson. Well, he's on down the road. Right? So, except I don't know about the ease part. But it was such a wild experience. It's like, I just happened to record it on my little iPod, put it online. Everyone responded, blah, blah, blah. But seriously, my reaction more afterwards was shaking my head. I listened to it a few times afterwards, and I realized like some of the times I didn't really understand fully the import or the subtlety of some of the stuff they were saying, meaning because I didn't fully understand their beliefs. And so when I listened, I was like, oh, I get so I listened to it again and again to understand what he was saying. So just by that dialogue and encounter, I understood a lot more of what they were saying just from this discussion because I listened to it again and again. I was like, oh, I should have asked this because now I get what he's saying. So sometimes we were talking past each other because they kind of have their sort of their own language in a lot of ways, right? It was a GMS Phoenix camp, the one that eventually became Yahweh Shai's servants, which eventually produced a mass murderer. I don't know any other way to say it. And so I don't know if he was there that day though, but I have run into some guys since then who I guess were there that day because they had a lot of guys on the line that day. GMS Phoenix was big. There were about 12 guys, some big guys back at this time. So it was a wild experience because it was just me, but it attracted so much attention. A bunch of passerbys came over and it was quite an experience. So there's more just shaking my head, but then I put it on the shelf until a few years later, But I think it's like 2010, Nate, if I'm not mistaken. I'll look up the exact date.
Cool.
Because I got it listed on a blog. Because I know I posted it after a certain amount of times, and it's on a blog that's now that I had hidden, so you can't see it. It's not public, but I can look at it and see. But yeah.
Okay. But how long was the crying in the car? 10 minutes, half an hour, an hour?
I probably shook my head.
Like yeah, we know about the shaking the head, but I'm kind of just curious about the length of the crying in the car.
Did face palms. Probably all the way home, man.
Oh,
I don't remember any crying unless there was one particular part where a guy came up and he was super funny. I can't really repeat literally anything he said to them, but he was really funny. And I might have cried, laughed at that part. It was so funny, the stuff this guy was saying to them and their reaction. So I might have cried, laughed. That's all I got for you, bro.
Chat. We got the tears somehow. Okay.
Yep.
Carm.
So I have one question for you, Vocab. So we hear you and we see you day after day, all these years, wake up and make videos and go out in the streets and talk to these guys, and just every day, always, reaching out to them. My question is, do you ever stop to think like, what am I doing? Or what's in it for you? Like, why do you do it? I mean, I know why, but what keeps you going? What is it that keeps you every day waking up and just like all you have? Because I admire that about you. Because if it was me, I think I would have. It's a little frustrating to deal with people like that are so hardcore and attacking you, attacking everything about you, not just what you believe, but who you are as a person. And, it gets ugly. So what is it?
Well, it's like, if you look at, none of us are like Paul, right? But Paul has a lot of things we can imitate. And he said, imitate me as I imitate Christ. And when you really look at Paul's ministry, once he became a believer, you just see the single-mindedness that he had. And even, the disagreement that he had with Barnabas was because he was worried that John Mark will come along and then duck out on them again and create problems for the mission. So he didn't have the same kind of restorative attitude towards John Mark as Barnabas did. Maybe it's also because they were cousins. Sometimes people exaggerate. They're like, well, that's a doctrinal disagreement. Sort of. It was really more, I think, a methodology kind of disagreement or something like that. Not really a doctrinal thing. Because it was like, do we want John Mark to come? Paul did not want to give him a second chance. Barnabas did. My point by saying that is, I like that about Apostle Paul and how he can do that. And I try to do that, although there's a lot of dangers in doing apologetics, because then you become you can become arrogant, you can become cocky, you become divisive, you can become self-righteous, you can become where everything is like knowing facts instead of really cultivating an intimate relationship with God and brothers and sisters. There's 1,000 pitfalls on every side of you as you walk that road. And so I try to recognize that. So try to be self-conscious, self-aware. Doesn't mean it always works out, but try to do that. And so seeing that, and yet still trying to be single-minded in devotion in regards to a particular mission that I believe God gave me or gives me at that time. And so I try to do that when I was doing Christian hip hop, even though it seems like a funny mission field to a lot of people. My heart was there, and I saw so many beautiful things happen that the Lord did. And so similar with apologetics and even these specific areas of apologetics. But then these specific areas, Carm, part of it is sort of constitutionally where you're at with what kind of person you are and the background that God brought you through. So, what I mean by constitutionally is sort of how you're made, how you are, how you respond to things. And so it's easy for me to be kind of a contrarian personality, and that can kind of serve you well in a place where you're like a constant underdog. You do a video on your own channel and you get all these negative responses and thumbs down because there's this one particular community that's moved against like one little old person. But being a kind of able to be contrarian, it like feeds you in a weird way versus for the most part discourages you. It's sort of like how you respond or react to it. So I kind of like the underdog story. I like the like people who are willing to be contrarian. There's dangers to that. Like Martin Luther, he was willing to be stubborn, and that served him well, and being able to stand up against all of Rome, right? Not that I'm comparing myself to any of these people, but I'm just saying. But then it created problems where he couldn't get along, at least in my view, it created problems where he couldn't get along with some of the other reformers, specifically like Zwingli, because he was so daggone stuck to certain things that probably weren't even that big of a deal, but he wouldn't fellowship because he was stubborn. I'm going to stand here and do this, right? So it can, those things can be a danger, but that underdog contrarian aspect helps, because then it's like, okay, let's go, let's do this. And then you know, being kind of thinking of yourself as a rebel, you know, that's, we as Christians got to submit to Jesus, so we can't be rebelling against him. But if you can kind of think of the world system, something you're rebelling against, then that can be helpful, right? Is, you know, we're not out here rebelling against the Lord, but we can rebel against the world system. And so that is kind of appealing to me. And so I see these things as part of the world system. So I like rebelling against them. You know what I mean? I like that kind of, that it's just all that really appeals to me. And then also trying to do as much as you can. You know, there's a great fear about wasting your life that I have. You know, John Piper had a beautiful book, Don't Waste Your Life, and a beautiful inspirational book. And he came up with some similar things like Don't Waste Your Cancer, you know, some fascinating things. And he had Lecrae made a song off of that back in the day, Don't Waste Your Life. This is, you know, about going all out. And, you know, it's really tricky because when you do stuff in public, you can like fool yourself and replace like true obedience with like people thinking you're doing good. So there's all these pitfalls. Again, that's why you got to be self-aware. It doesn't mean you still won't fall into them, right? But that's a reality I try to recognize and face. But at the end of the day, there's this thing about trying to use the time you got, going all out, doing what you can, not stopping. And even if you recognize you might not be the smartest or the best person for the job or the most talented or the first natural pick, you kind of realize that there's a lot of it that's sort of like this long-term war of attrition, and where a big part of it is just the grind of day in, day out and not stopping and not going anywhere, the longevity aspect. And so I kind of cling on to that sometimes, like, yeah, I'll get better. I may not be the best XYZ, but if we just stick around, keep on doing it, got to open up some doors. And so that kind of, it's like a mentality that I think is true and kind of just sticks with me. And so wake up every morning, I'm like, all right, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And so I enjoy it regardless, even though there's a ton of, you know, hills and mountains and valleys. That's a fact. But I'm just like, all right, let's just go. And, you know, it's bad because you get out of balance, you know, so then you're not sleeping and then you're not eating when or how you're supposed to, and then you're not taking care of paperwork of XYZ. So I have to always watch that, because then you become so singular and you're focused. So I have to kind of like be like, oh, I better take care of this before the lights go off. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So there's all kind of pitfalls, but that's where I'm at now. And I pray that it can get better. And I'm very excited to be with all y'all and everyone that comes into live chats, because I feel like we do this together, you know?
Yeah. I have to say, while you're on that topic, with yourself, with David from Acts, with Sam, very different styles that you've all got. But for the people that have often come into our chat and said, sometimes they've said things like, oh, come on, vocab, do you ever talk about anything other than Hebrew Israelites? Or they've said to David, geez, you know, preach. Why do you have to keep pulling Islam to bits? And I always say the same thing, because I see it so clearly when I sit back, that there's a lot of different moving arms for the collective body of Christ, and we cannot all do the same thing. The reason why we jump from channel to channel and windmill between all of you is because when we look at you all collectively, we're getting the bits and pieces, so that now that when my daughter comes to me and says, what's this guy all about? Who are these Hebrew Israelites? Or why, mum, why do you look at stuff about Islam so much? I know I can direct her, and she's going to get a little bit of everything, not just because preaching the gospel is absolutely going to our Bibles, but it's also being able to converse with people from other faiths. And that's why the collective to me is more important than sticking with one style, or vice versa. Say you tried to do everything and you tried to get stuck into every area. I say do what you do well, do it really well, and then like you guys do, come together, do your funny shows, your polemics, your satire. I think it works brilliantly. So for anyone that is in chat or that watches this later, it is really important that these guys, that we support them. It doesn't pay a lot. I don't know whether people think because they've got channels that they're all super rich and doing the whole Benny Hinn thing, but not, on the contrary. I mean, you guys, when we all contribute financially, it goes a long way for equipment, for things for their show, encouragement. These guys are bringing this to us like vocab on a daily nearly. So I just want to say, yeah, a big thank you from us mods. We do this because we want to give back, because we get so much out of you, David, Sam, John, everyone that we try to support. I know the others feel the same way. I've spoken to these guys and we all love supporting you. So I don't even know where I'm going with that. I just think it's really cool that regardless of what people say, that you know aces in their places, you know what you're good at, and it's working. You're reaching people.
Aces in their places.
You can use that trademark.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, I believe in specialization,
yeah,
and focus, but there's dangers with that too. Just like with every single little thing, if you specialize, then you can get too myopic and narrow in your vision, and what it's just tons and tons of dangers.
Yeah, but I think what you guys do well is you don't just become tunnel vision because you mix with each other. So you're all in each other's little areas. But I just think it works because you happen. I don't even know. Did you guys become friends because you met shortly before Islamicize Me, or it's been for a long time?
Well, I brought out David and Sam to basically they were coming to Phoenix, but all their contacts and their buildings fell through for this event. And so I became their Phoenix contact and made everything happen for this Phoenix trip that they had planned a while ago. And through that, I got to know them and we kind of hit it off, but we didn't really necessarily do anything. We would just kind of see each other, and I helped out a few more times after that. And so we had this relationship, and then we kind of ran into each other at some of these other places inadvertently. So these weren't events I was throwing anymore. This is like we ran into each other at ETS, for example, me and David. And we didn't plan on it. We kind of just, out of all the people there, kind of started hanging out with each other and realized like, oh yeah, we have a different personality. Like some of the stuff we're saying and doing wouldn't really work unless it was just us having this conversation. And so that kind of grew that. And then we were both at an event in Cali on some Islamic stuff. And all of a sudden I noticed David was like, because we were always cool and friendly and chill, but it was just like, hey, what's up? All right. Didn't really exchange numbers, nothing like that. Just kind of, this time he was like a lot more like, hey, vocab, sit over here and let me buy your breakfast and all that. I'm like, what's going on? This is a little different than the other times, right? And he's like, I got a proposition or two for you, so like that was different. I could tell that David had been thinking, and he said the main reason was because he saw I could have a likable personality, and that if I was going to go after Hebrew Israelites, that I must be willing to like do anything basically. And so I'd be okay to ask. And so that's why he kind of like asked me, and he already knew I would do so with Islam because that's how we met. And so that's kind of how it went, you know what I'm saying? And so then he kind of convinced me to do YouTube, but then forced me into it in a way, because he was like, well, I'm going to buy you a laptop, so you got to make videos. I'm like, what? So then he did. So I was like, well, sheesh, I guess now I'm responsible to make some videos. I got this laptop, so I better put some videos. So it's kind of funny because I wasn't focusing on YouTube at all. I had this account forever just to look at stuff, but I wasn't doing stuff on YouTube really. It wasn't my favorite medium, Still don't know if it is. I mean, I feel like I'm a radio guy at heart, but I'm not even really podcasting or radio right now. It is YouTube, so it is what it is. But
cool.
Hey, we should start doing these freestyles because I'm looking at the time.
Okay. So, so how much time do we have left?
I mean, we shouldn't go longer. I don't think we should go over 20 minutes is, I think, about right.
Okay. So, okay, so let's jump down then to, we had a game that I feel like you would have enjoyed it, but
well, I guess if you want to do that, we can do that. What's up?
Okay, we won't go through all of it. Maybe we'll just do one. We kind of pulled some lyrics from your old music.
All
And
right.
so this game is called, what is it called?
What's the lyric?
Finish the lyrics.
Finish the lyric.
Yeah, finish the lyric.
All right.
And so I feel like it can go pretty fast if we'll just get to it, okay? I will start it off. You need to finish this lyric, okay? Churches that are real, chill yet intense.
What comes next?
Oh, hold on.
Churches that are real, chill yet intense.
Beatbox for him, D.
There's a line in between, I forget, but I know the final line is I think where the sermon makes sense or the pastor makes sense or the preacher makes sense. I'm gonna say it's where the Spirit's present and the pastor makes sense.
Sure.
Is that close?
You're on the road. You're on the road in the same city. It is. They sense your presence and the preacher makes sense.
Oh yeah. So hospitable and expository preaching. Yeah. They sense your presence and the preacher makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next, Carm, go ahead.
Okay. Oh. So okay. Well.
So I didn't get the first one right.
You're at 20%. There's 5 of them. You're currently at 20%.
This is gonna be tough. I'm telling you.
I could lose my faith and lose my control. I could lose my faith and what?
Lose my soul? Gain the world, lose my soul?
Mm-hmm.
You're in the city. You're in the city. City driving.
That's all I got. I don't know anything else. I know the first song is I Like, and then it's followed by an ellipsis.
You're right.
I know the first song, and I know the second song is Lot to Lose featuring Pigeon John, but I don't know all the stuff I said other than I could gain the world and lose my soul. That's something like that's the only thing I know.
What album is I Like on?
Wow, that's easy. Notepad Nomad. I know that stuff. It's just these little lyrics. I don't remember. Man, this is tricky. Yeah, I could fail at this easy. What is it?
Well, that was it.
What's the line?
The line was lose my goal. I could gain the world and lose my soul.
Yeah. My God.
Okay.
What you gonna do? What you gonna choose? Got a lot to lose.
Got it. You got it. Okay. Next, I'll go ahead. Cliche crusher, trend bend terror, tearing up your labels.
Killing all your fables, fads, gimmicks, rip your stereotype. You don't look the type, tell me what it look like. I know that one because that's a hook. Yeah, cliche crusher, trend bend terror. I like that song.
Say it again. I think this might be.
Cliche crusher, trend bend terror, tearing up your labels, killing all your fables, fads, gimmicks, rip your stereotype. You don't look the type, tell me what it look like.
Nice. Next, Nate.
Okay. Strange, weird, vibe, I guess we're UFO.
Well, that's one's strange, weird, odd. I guess we're UFO, Earth, Mars, Sun, Pluto. I guess we're UFO. That's a song about being a peculiar people, being an alien in this world. But it's not vibe, it's odd, When you guys are doing the hooks, I can do a little better on the hooks because that's a hook. The hooks are easier than these random lines. So that's UFO. That's one of my favorite songs.
Awesome. Okay, well, you're 2 for 2 right now, and we have one more. So, I mean, whether you get this right or wrong, you're still a winner, but you might lose the game. I'm just saying.
Winner.
You're bigger than this game, but we will finish off with Marcia. I'm sorry, Warrior Woman.
Oh, that's all right. To be honest with you, I wasn't in the meeting to get this one. So do you have it written? Dee, you might want to do it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. you're going to be a winner, vocab. Okay. Bring some raid in major doses. Come on, y'all.
Oh, it's roaches. I mean, that's only one line. Yeah. But I don't know that whole song though, because I definitely do not know that whole song. Yeah.
Well,
Spraying some raid and some major doses. Come on, y'all. It's roaches.
Yes. Awesome.
My kids' friends still like that song today.
I could see why.
Yeah, the kids.
Roaches. I mean, it's gonna be here till Jesus comes. So
I made it because of an apartment I lived in at the time that was out of control with roaches. Like you have no.
Daytime?
They were everywhere all the time. When I got there, I opened them up. They were in the refrigerator.
Oh.
They came out of the drain when you showered. Whenever I had someone over, they always showed up and fell on their hands from the ceilings. This happened a couple times.
That's the devil. That's the devil.
Yeah, it was one of those places where you pay like under $500 a month for everything, including utilities, and it's just a studio. That place was crazy. I would open up the door. I'm not exaggerating, and there'd be so many pigeons. Because if you live in the city, the pigeons are their pigeons all were there, right? And so they would come on because I was on the second floor. They would come on. So I was like, you know what? This is a crazy place I live in. Let me just try something. So I started getting old bread and I started throwing it, and the pigeons started coming closer and closer. I got a couple pigeons to come in my house in this apartment complex, but I could never get to the door in time to shut it and keep the pigeon inside. I just wanted to try it one time, right? So I would go to the door. By the time I got to the door, though, the pigeon would escape. You know what I'm saying? But this is real stuff. But that place was just filled with roaches. It was infested. I remember when I was looking at it, I knew I was going to get it because it's all I could afford. The lady like pulled open the drawers and there's roaches all in it. I was like, does this place have like a bug problem? She's like, huh? What do you mean? I was like, yeah, okay, it's that kind of place. Whatever. I gotta live here. I don't have a choice. This is where I have to live. 19th Avenue and Indian School. To those who are in Phoenix, that's exactly where it was.
You're like, don't worry about it. I didn't mean that question. It was a fake question. Okay. So let's wind down then. We just have, I guess we'll go to this, you guys. We'll go ahead and announce the winners. But before we do that, Marcia, you can go ahead and have your closing remarks. And then following that, we'll go ahead and announce who the winners are of a dedicated freestyle.
Look, I'm going to keep it really short. And I think I touched on it before, but this one's for you guys, mods. Just to give people an idea of the moving parts. The reason why we joined, we've got way more mods than this, and shout out to all you mods because it works like clockwork, that when some of us are there, others are not, and they're working or whatever, but somehow Street Apologist just works like clockwork. I just want to give you a rundown on just what these guys here do. Rox B, who's had to leave early, from the day we started, she is the glue. She has promoted. You'll see her promotions on all forms of media, from Twitter through to Facebook, Insta. And she's I like to call people like her a quiet achiever. She doesn't want any attention for it. She's not interested in that. She just works in the backdrop, but it's so important. She's supported vocab from day dot. Nate, I don't even have words for how much you do. I will be shocked the day that I see Nate's name in anything other than blue with a wrench. I'll put money on the fact that your name will never be seen in YouTube without a wrench on any channel. And that goes for you too, Miss laughing up there, Miss Dinu. You guys, and Calm was day one as well. It's just like a little family. I wanted to specifically say thank you to you, D, and I'll tell you why. Not only do you have your full-time job, but the way that you run, you guys, what you're seeing in YouTube when the little cards come up in the top right-hand corner, we call them cards. It'll give little suggestions on videos that might be relevant. They don't just pop up. Dinu sits there, watches the full video, and tries to tie that in a way that makes sense to the video you're watching. On top of that, we call indexing, where, for example, if someone went back to watch this live stream later, yes, it's great while we're in here, but nobody wants to sit through 2 hours to pinpoint a particular spot. What DNU does is she'll go back, re-watch it, and she'll actually put timestamps in so people can go back in. So if vocab's talking about a topic or preaching on something in particular, if you look, DNU would have indexed that for you. Long story short is this: I adore you guys. Every mod on this channel, both the ones up here and the ones in chat, there's something very special about all of you guys. So yes, we adore vocab, but I also recognize that this is one big family. And I just want to personally, on behalf of all of us here, want to say thank you to all of you that we've gotten to 2 years, and we're very excited to help vocab to grow the ministry. So from Sydney, Australia, thank you so much. I'll hand it, I know we've got not much time left, so I'll hand it back to you, Dee.
Okay, thank you for those words. And thank you for the work that you do.
Yeah.
You are obviously in a different time zone. And so the work that you do, the promotion that you do, is typically when the rest of us are sleeping, and you have to make your conversions from your time zone to the Western Hemisphere over here. So thank you for all that you do as well. You also help with managing the Vocab Malone Facebook page. And so that's a lot of work. He most definitely gets a lot of traffic there, and you deal with a lot of nice comments and not so nice comments. So thank you for all of your work that you do as well.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Okay, so Nate, you are up. We need to announce who gets the freestyle.
Well, coming in at first is
Third first.
Oh, third? Okay, well, coming in third, Aaron Larson. Second.
I just say this too. I don't know if anyone has noticed this, but all throughout the show, Mr. Aaron Larson has been commenting on the possibilities of what ICP could possibly be. And he has been quite witty and ingenious with that. So shout out to you, Aaron.
That's right.
Coming in at second, Carolyn R. Yay. And then first, Act 17 Apologetics.
Oh,
Yeah.
Super chat is still being highlighted, even though it was given like way in the beginning.
that's crazy.
I really wanted to auction you off, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that would be a good idea.
That'd be proof I'm an Israelite.
Yeah, the possibilities could be life-threatening. And so I just thought, let's err on the side of no bloodshed.
It's all probably a good idea, you know.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, you know.
Mr. Patrick Andrade is asking a question. Is he paying you? I don't know who he is, and I don't know who you is, but I think I can clearly and concisely respond no.
That's a negative.
Yeah.
But yes, in blessings.
No, Patrick, but the Vatican is paying me.
That's a soundbite. Nice.
Mm-hmm. You should see how many checks I have from the Bank of Jesuit.
Oh boy, we're just gonna let them have it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And guess what else?
Oh no, what else? Oh,
And guess what else?
oh boy. Oh boy. He is talking now.
You started it.
Okay, vocab. So how about we go ahead and do those dedicated freestyles. Carolyn
All right.
R,
Let's see here.
Aaron Larson, and your friend.
I'm hoping everything works and sounds good.
Oh, we have a new runner in the race. Mr. Phil Fox just popped in
Oh.
with another super chat.
Oh.
What's
I was
happening?
wrong.
What's happening?
I was writing down some stuff that rhymed with some of these folks' names. If Mr. Phil Fox comes in, I haven't done any stuff that rhymed with his name. So
I'll help you. Fox, shocks, rocks. Does that help?
Thanks. There you go. It's a good start right there.
I'm not just a pretty face. I'm telling you, it's nearly coming time to hand that over to me where, maybe not.
Yeah. No,
You never know the future. I mean,
You never know.
isn't what's her name? Isn't Iggy Azalea?
Oh yeah,
Isn't
she's
she
Aussie.
Australian? Isn't she
Oh, yeah.
Australian?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if she can do it,
The Australian can do it.
I'm so fancy. I like the Weird Al version better though. I'm so handy. It's about a handyman. Okay, so we got Aaron coming up. Let's see if we could do this. Let's see which beat are we gonna use here? Let's see. Yeah. That one's a good one. Okay, let's try this one. All right. You guys get your opinion again on the microphone sound here. And okay, let's try this. How does this sound, people? Right about here. Can you hear it? Can you hear? What, the beat's too loud again?
Yeah.
Gosh. What are you gonna do today, Napoleon? Gosh. All right, what about this? Is that better? What about there? What?
Just a little bit lower vocab, and then you're there.
Just the snare. Yeah, the snare's really loud.
Snare is really loud. I wonder what the deal is. Why would it be? Okay.
Getting better though.
Oh, let's see here. 21.
John Doe's saying turn the bass up.
What? Oh, that's the opposite of what you guys are saying. All right, here we go. This one's for Aaron Larson. Y'all hear? You see? Soko on the beat. All right, Aaron Larson, this song's for you, bro. Do my best. Yeah. With the super rap. From the super chat, got a CA blue black and hat. Yes, indeed. Now we on the track. Provided by Jonathan. Rockin' again. Here we go. Stay away from sin. Well, that's vocab alone. Sick like you need some medicine, maybe. Except the rent. Now we better than a veteran. It's not a late night. No letter man. Making cheddar man. From my man Aaron. What's up, boy? Why you staring in this direction? It's misdirection. Coming out the womb like a C-section. Backwards, spit the fat verbs, adverbs. Here we go again, Aaron, with the words. Yeah, that's support. Thank you for Aaron. Super chat, your sport. Aaron, he's blaring. Thank you, Aaron. You're showing that you're caring. Thankfully, your name's not Karen. Oh no, and definitely not Sharon. Aaron, hey yo, what you wearing? A Civil War uniform? I'm daring. You go to the Confederates and tell them you're a reenactor of it. You might have to run if it's legitimate, cause they really might not be feeling it. If you're the Union General, they might see you as a criminal. From the mental, I spit these vowels like a wise old owl. Turn her head around now like Kumo, how you like me now? Coming through Batman with the cow and the eyebrow. Got the milk like a cow. Hello, Aaron, how you doing? How? Let me ask you, Aaron, all day glaring. If you're preparing to go to the south, okay, you're tearing out quickly. What's up? Rip it like Bill Bixby, turning green. You're leaving the scene. What's up, Aaron? Got a washing machine. That's where you need to fix your clothes. Hey yo, Mr. Aaron, I got some flows for you and your crew too. Wherever you're at, I shout out to you and give you peace. Aaron brought the relief. Now I say, oh goodness grief and goodness gracious. Well, he's so gracious. Aaron Larson, now I paste this. Walk at 10 paces, the boom boom bow like it was a zoo. Here I come, how you like me now? Like I said before, Aaron, check it out. He's a real warrior, spiritual warrior. We could talk on the message. Yes, y'all, I got the freshest rhyme for you. Aaron, do you like it? Hey, check it. You could be a sidekick, racking on the mic like right beside me. Be kinda dope, I would call you Spike, but not Lee, not even Rob Freiberg E. Get it what I'm saying? Aaron, I mean, here I go, Aaron. His last name Larson. Grab the microphone, now I'm sparking. I'm embarking in the dark end. In the night, I take the Greek words and then I'm parsing. Set it off like arson. From here to Parsons Avenue, coming after you with Acts chapter 2 till we darken the place in the place. And yo, Aaron, they said, turn up the bass. Hey, 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 hey. That's Aaron Larson's track right there. How you doing, Aaron? Hopefully you're feeling it, man. All right, so that's the first one. That song was dedicated to Aaron. Hopefully he's digging it. He's a Patreon guy too, so shout out for that as well. I like that beat. So you guys are telling me the volume is just right there because the mic sounds super loud to me.
Oh, it's perfect.
That was good.
All right, whatever you guys say, I want to trust you. Okay, who's the next one for?
Carolyn R.
Okay. Let's test it out here. We didn't do this one yet, did we?
Oh, I've never heard this.
Oh, hold on, that's kind of loud there. Let's see. You don't remember hearing that one? Okay. Does the mic need to go up a little bit, or the beat needs to go down a little bit again? Yeah. All right. Let's see. Put it down. Yeah, Soko said a bunch of new dope beats.
So dope.
What about right here? How's the sound right there? Okay, that works.
I didn't hear enough.
All right, I'll try. All right, this is Carolyn R, right?
Yep.
Right? That's right?
Yep. Go, Carolyn. Woo!
All right, here we go, Carolyn R. Okay. All right, let's do it. Soko on the beat.
For the uninitiated, I am Mr. White. My real name is unimportant. I am the facilitator of Dreamland. Yes, the maker of dreams. I like that. It's poetic.
Yeah. Here we come. All right. Soko, bring in the drum. This song for Carolyn. Yes, y'all, red rum. How my flush, pum like a drummer man or a drummer boy. Shout out to Carolyn. I did enjoy the super chat. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Not because of greed. Why is that? Here's the answer. So I can tell my boss I don't need to come in today. I'm gonna work on the video anyway. I'm paid from the place that I work. But then they think I'm a jerk because I turned down the extra shift so I could go make a video edit. That's how it goes to pay the bills. Here we come again like a windmill, spinning round till we're done with the job, and that don't end until the head nod. Yeah. Aaron was the last one. Here we come though. What's the next one? It's Carolyn with the last name of R. Hello, how you doing? How do you be? How you are? I hope you don't have no scars. I hope you don't have SARS. I hope you don't get covered in tar. I hope that you don't blow a fart. Or melt like a bar of candy. Now hand me the microphone, be like Raggedy Andy. Rip it up, shake it around. Yes, indeed, you call me a clown profound when I spit the verb noun. Okay, I'm down. Carolyn, thank you. She is Carolyn, singing songs that say hearken. Like hark, the angle. Carolyn, yes, indeed, every angle. We're coming at you three ways. Triangle. Get it what I'm saying? I'm not no bangle. That's a girl group from the late 80s. Well, it's vocab Malone. I'm not in Hades. Pay me with the super chat. Here we come now. Yes, y'all not a rat, cause Italians don't like no rats. That's a nasty rodent. Matter of fact, when they kill you, they stuff it in your mouth. Oh, that's nasty. And I be out. Okay, Carolyn R. Hello, get burnt like you was charred. I mean, metaphorically speaking, like the microphone, cause we freaking when it's real hot. You say that it's fire. Carolyn, she ain't no liar. She keeps going. She will not expire, will not tire. She's like Jeremiah, but the female version. No perversion. Rock the microphone, and now it's a whirlwind. Carolyn, check it. Yes, again. You know what we need. We need to
Working
go
with
real
Greys,
far
as they are called,
inside of a
has been
gospel
invigorating.
car on a gospel highway.
The staff is scared to death of
Har,
them,
har, har, har.
owing in part to an incident where a linguistic
Jesus,
coordinator accidentally bumped into one
Carolyn
during an early
Orr!
negotiation. The man's face was quickly and neatly torn from his skull.
I didn't put that in there. That's Soko put that in there.
As you do.
Blame that on Soko. Yo, didn't Phil Fox or somebody come and be in the running now?
No,
Well,
Phil Fox is still 4th place.
Oh, dang. All right. So we got Wood next. Got Wood. Oh, man. Let me see. I got a beat for him. Let me see if this works here. I need to check. I want to check my sound real quick. Is this the last one, right?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be if you don't want it to be.
Hold on. Let me hear this.
We did do 26 freestyles in one show one time.
I mean, it doesn't have to be if
Hold
you
on.
don't
Hold on.
want
Let
it
me
to
hear
be.
this. Let me hear this.
Hold on, let me hear this. We did do faith and lose my control.
That was funny. I'm checking out the sound on my phone real quick.
Lose my faith. Idea. Ready, come forward. What you guys say? That was funny. I'm checking. I mean, metaphorically speaking, like the microphone. We freaking when it's real.
I guess that's pretty good sound. Okay.
Gotta trust that.
That sounds about right. All right. So how about this one?
Oh yeah.
All right. So what about the volume? How's the volume level with the track? Is that right? Okay. Let's see.
David just said this better be good or he's done with you, vocab.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's gonna be good or not, but we'll try it. Let me try this.
So, did you put it up a little bit?
No, I'll put it down. All right, I got it. Here we go, y'all. Ready? Yep. David Wood. This is harder than it looks to like rap about the same thing the whole time and all this kind of stuff. It's pretty tricky. But all right, let's give it a shot. Here we go. I like this beat though. It's a good beat. This song is dedicated to the whitest apologist in the world, David Wood. Here we go. Yeah. I got so much stuff I want to say. Which things should I actually say? Well, thank God I'm part of the team. You know what I mean? At 17, David could be kind of mean. So much so, wanna kick him in the spleen and say some obscene things when his farts be lingering. Well, actually, that's usually Sam. David is cool even though he's bland. Man, you saw the outfit on the video. Check it out, David got the flow. We're not really bro, silly though. We got the beatbox. Check it out now. Hey yo, where's Rock? He had to leave the lead. David Wood, he's in the house. He thinks it's Hollywood, but it's all good. He's in the mood to make fun of Sam when he's eating his food at a Chinese restaurant. I rock where Bruce Lee was. Now we walking the block. Doctrine for the block. We watch as we're dressed, and then we gotta spit the spot. When we brick it, we rock. Here I come again. Yes, indeed. He's like Chewbacca. Yeah, he's tall and hairy. David Wood is kind of legendary. He prepared me to deal with Sam. That's what's up. Who's the man? Who's the man with the dope type of team? Well, it's Apologist 17 Empire. Yes, indeed. He hired me. Now I'm a hired hand for David Wood. Here I come, and he's kind of, man, this beat's kind of hard to hear. So let me do a redo on that. I want to make it a little bit better just for David Wood. So give me a second here. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this other beat. Hold up. Cause I don't like that one. I like the beat. I just didn't like the freestyle that much. Just give me a second here. Let me flip it to this one. Yeah, I like this one, but I'm about to turn it down. Okay.
Yeah, it was a little bit too loud. So.
All right, here we go. How about right about? Still too loud? Okay. Okay. How about right about here? Man, this is hard because my mic's like way louder than. All right, what about right about here? Right about there might work. Is the beat still too loud?
No, it's not too loud. It was the opposite of loud.
All right, here's the last one for our ultimate donor, David Wood. And then this will be our party.
You should freestyle for your mods after.
Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Thanks again though to Jonathan Soko. Y'all support him.
Yes, so good.
What's up, Mr. Dave? What's up, Mr. Dave? Why don't you behave? Dave Agree got the bravery. Check it out now. He's going slavery because it's Esau. Yes, y'all. One day I saw Sam hit David in the jaw. Then it was wrestling. It was disgusting. He was wearing his favorite dressing. Called Fatwa. What was his name? David Wood. What's his claim to fame? Being mean to the view, even though he's dead. And I say this rhyme from the top of the head. David has a really, really big head. Literally, figuratively, what I said. Okay, let me make it louder. Can you hear me now? He wants to be Crowder. He's too prouder, not humble. Here we come again. Okay, what? The mics, what needs to be?
Your vocal.
Vocals.
They need to be louder?
Mhm.
Okay, let me see here.
David, you're getting a 3 for. You're getting 3
Jeez,
for
this
the
is-
price of 1.
It's tricky because the beat is so quiet on the headphones. I'm trying to make it I'm where I can hear both because right now I cannot. So let me try this. All right. What about here? What about here? What about right here? Is that better?
That's better.
Okay, I think I figured it out. Okay. Man. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that, people. Oh, these are loud now. Jeez. All right. This should be the last one, and it should be okay at this point. Oh,
I mean, you still have one more for your mods, but
what? Maybe I should just switch it to... I'm running out of gas here today. This is a long show, people. What's the plan? David is my stan. He's my biggest fan. He calls me great I am. Don't laugh at me. I had to tell David that was blasphemy. Don't say that even though I'm in the squad. I know you worship, but don't call me God. Yo, that's messed up. You might send me to hell. Plus, David really smells. When no one's around, Sam calls him Tinkerbell. Yeah, like a Disney princess, I was there. McCrae's my witness. David needs to get some fitness. I saw it, and I did hit this like jelly inside the belly. Yesterday, what did he tell me? He called me on the celly to say he wants to change his name to what? Shelly? Man, that ain't right. David Wood, he got an appetite. Peep this out now, the dude is so white. Check it out now, I'm glad his wife is not his cousin, cause he's from West Virginia. It almost happened. Trying to pick up girls, you know what happened? At the family reunion, I'm asking, yo, don't be crashing weddings to find a cousin that you could be betting. That was his old way, back in the day, but it's all relative. I got something to say. David makes it crash like Y2K. Hey, check it out, it's a holiday, the 4th of July, and that's no lie. Blow up like fireworks in the sky. It's called fireworks. If David would hire a jerk, he'd hire 1 and maybe 2, and then he'd have a whole bunch of jerks in his crew. He should probably hire D-New too. Ooh, that's what's up. And A2D2, cause that's true, you can't understand. Living with David is like Vietnam. fighting like Martin and Pam. I stand, I kick him like Van. Damn, he needs a Sicilian tan. But he's not Italian, but he got a van. The van's like Ken, it's white, clan. Get it? David needs a Papa Zan. And I see him, I say, Hoover, damn. And then I slam into his forehead a soda can. He grows too much, blame it on the glands. And his boyfriend, his name is Sam.
Oh, that was sick. Yes.
Yeah, totally inappropriate, but hilarious. Yeah, shout out to David Wood. Shout out to David.
That was sick. I loved it.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I'm sure David loved it too. Man, my ear's about to go. Woo, okay. All right, guys. You telling me we can't call it I mean, come on. We got to be able to call it a day. I mean, shout out to everybody still here. But 2.5 hours.
Call it.
Call it. Come on. Oh man. All right, let's I tell you what, you guys said you wanted to do something where I'm supposed to ask you, you know, something about me or something like that. We could do that in the last game and then call it a day.
Sure.
Yeah?
So,
This is our final game.
yeah. Okay. So let me explain it quickly.
All right, this is our final game. Then we're out, people.
So to the live chat, Vocab is about to ask us some questions about himself, and you write your responses in the chat. This game is going to be a little bit different because we on screen here are going to be taking part as well. So we have our paper and we have our Sharpies, and we're going to be answering right along with you guys. So there you go, Vocab, take it away.
Well, where do my questions go?
I think Aisha's goat ate them.
Yeah, actually, you might be right.
We've heard that one before.
I got the questions right here. Where did they go? Hold on.
The Freestyle ate them?
Hold on, man. Hold up. No, I really do have the questions. I had it all right here, but now I don't see them. There it is. Okay. Well, no, there it is. Hold on. I might remember what they are. I mean, they're not that. Hold on, people. I don't know about this. Let's see. Can we find it? Is
Yeah.
it here?
Calm. You're looking very ethereal. I can just see your hair blowing.
Not over here.
Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna start off easy. Where was Vocab born?
Oh, that's not easy for me.
Oh,
What?
okay. It's in a
What?
bunch of bios.
I'm a bad mod. Bad
Oh,
mod.
sorry, you don't gotta know these things. This is like a birthday party or something. It's like, you know. you
Oh,
just-
I think I'll just guess.
Are you looking for the city or the state?
Wow. Yeah. Okay. What city and state was Vocab born? I thought it was easy. I guess not. What city and state was Vocab born? First question. Do I just keep on asking all the questions or what?
No, you have to let us answer in the live chat.
Yeah.
Did I get it?
Oh, can you see? Oh, you can't see.
Oh, I got it right. Did I? Oh, yay.
In a hospital somewhere in Ohio. Oh, well, look at that. What's yours, Dino?
You can't see it. I got it.
Warrior Woman got it. Nate got it. I don't know what Dino got it. I can't tell.
Yes, you did.
I got
Okay.
the state.
I mean, technically, you could say Carm's right. It was a hospital. It wasn't a. Yeah, yours ain't working. You got a light situation there or something.
I do.
We'll just have to trust you. Just write it on your hand next time. Okay. Related to this, what state in the union does Vocab hate the most and why?
Oh, I think I know this.
I'm really crap at this game.
What's
What state in the union?
Someone in chat help me. I'm going to play the Australian card. So can someone in chat give me a clue? Oh, okay. I'm going with Nick. All right.
She's cheating. She's cheating.
I'm a cheater.
I mean, you could even do the city if you wanted to guess the city. There's a city, but we'll just go with the state. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
It's mine.
Okay, Washington. What's yours say, Dinu?
Failing. It's wrong.
Nate is right.
I wrote
Hate is a sin. Vocab doesn't hate.
It was a trick question, right?
No.
Oh, Michigan, because he's jealous of Calm.
It is Michigan, and it's Ann Arbor, but it's not because I'm jealous of Carm. A lot of people, because of my recent shows, might have thought I said someplace in the South, but no, definitely Michigan. They're so bad that honestly, the state itself is so bad that honestly, I think even if they didn't have the Michigan Wolverines that you should hate, I think I would dislike him anyway, because you go and visit that place and you're like, how does anyone live here?
No.
And I feel sorry for the people in Canada who come down and the first place they go when they cross into the United States of America is Michigan. That's like the first place you go to.
Ooh,
That's
technically you can first place you can hit is New York at
yeah, Buffalo. Yeah, that wouldn't Niagara, right?
yes.
Yeah, much better. But some people have the sad experience of they're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the United States, and next thing they know, they're hanging out with people wearing mullets with fanny packs and guns, drinking dirty water. You know, it's so sad, and that's why Carm doesn't live there anymore. I mean, for someone to go to California, you know something's wrong with your state.
Wow.
So clearly, Michigan.
Going in.
Do you have anything to say in your defense, Carm?
I find it funny that you waited until the very end to say all of this to me. But, you know, that's how you feel. That's fine. But I'm going to have to strongly disagree. A lot of great things came out of Michigan.
Right. Like Michael Moore, he came out of Michigan. ICP came out of Michigan.
Eminem.
The Detroit Pistons. What are some other great things that have come out of Michigan? Oh, all the unions.
Bob Seger.
You came out of your mom. That could happen anywhere.
Well, true. Okay. But no.
Oh, man. Have you been to Detroit?
I love Detroit.
No, you don't. You haven't actually been there then.
I love Detroit. I love my state. I do. I'm coming back home.
Ooh, shots fired.
Name one place, name one city in the United States of America that has more potholes than people.
Okay, that is a different topic. That I agree with.
They don't even have roads out there. They have potholes with patches of asphalt.
I affirm that statement.
Yeah, that is okay. All right, you got me there.
And like, I love the 80s, but a lot of people in Michigan living in the bad part of the 80s still.
That is okay.
They're not even in the good part of the 80s. They're in like the bad leftover states of the 80s. Who knows what it was like there in the 80s, the actual 80s.
Just going on.
It looked good then. So
Michigan hasn't looked good since the 50s, I think.
I wasn't around in the 50s.
There's so many problems with Michigan. I mean, I just listed a few, but there's a few. I mean, the weather, oh my goodness.
Same weather.
There's a few that you're listing. Yeah.
Michigan idolizes criminals and I mean, it's anyway. All right. So here's the next question. Ready? What is Vocab's favorite sport?
Oh, I'm gonna guess.
I'm sorry, Carm.
I'm not mad at you.
But I mean, you don't live there, so.
Okay, I'll put my response in the chat, okay?
Sure.
Oh, you call it something different to us. Hold on. Okay.
We'll find out.
We soon will.
This is hilarious, man. The people's.
No, you.
This is funny. All right. She's saying it's soccer. What else do we got? Someone says Carm says baseball. Marcia says it's soccer. Dean, you said it was baseball. Nate hasn't went yet, but a lot of people are saying football or soccer or football or baseball. So
cricket, because that's all he hears after telling a joke.
cricket, because that's all he hears is telling a joke. Yeah. Cricket. Yeah, that was my dad's dog name. That dog was about to die, so pray for cricket, or pray for my dad, rather. I guess. Anyways, no, it's baseball. Baseball is like the sport for a lot of people who don't like sports all that much. So I'm not a sports guy, actually, not since like high school, when I lettered into a few sports, and it's kind of like after I got out of it, I kind of just got out of even rooting for it and stuff. Kind of like lost it all, right? And so, but every now and then I'll have a resurgence where I pay attention to baseball. And my favorite part of baseball is like sort of a strange thing. It's the defensive plays. So, in basketball, you can watch people dunk and it's like epic, and in football, catching, this and that. But man, I love watching like high quality defense. People hitting home runs is like not that big of a deal, because it's like you hit it and then it's gone. I mean, it's kind of fun, but it's, so I really like watching epic base stealing and epic defense. So sometimes, honestly, I waste time on Instagram looking at baseball accounts. It's like the dumbest thing. But the thing is, I kind of like it. But when I'm on these Instagram accounts, looking at all these baseball, I realize I don't really know much about baseball, because these dudes, they're at a whole other level. So I'm like really a fan from afar. I'm not that massive of a fan. But out of every team, I'm going to go with Cincinnati Reds, even though they're bad a lot. From Ohio, Cincinnati Reds. I like the Reds. And they got a great Italian guy named Joey Votto that probably one of my favorite players out right now. So that's also the other thing, is a lot of Italians kind of excel in baseball, from Joe DiMaggio to Yogi Berra, the list goes on, right? And so anyways, that's what's up. So baseball it is. No, the Yankees are not my favorite team. I don't like Yankees. I don't hate the Yankees as much as some people. But I probably hate the Red Sox more and a couple other teams like the Cubs, but anyways, all right, enough about I kind of like the Mets. If I was gonna like Tigers, what do you know about the Detroit Tigers there?
I know that I love them and I'm a fan, and they don't like that over here, but
yeah. Detroit, I mean, you guys had Ty Cobb, the most racist player in the history of the game. Then again, most baseball, almost everyone was racist back then. But Ty Cobb once beat a man up so bad, put him in a coma in the hospital, because the man said he looked like he was half an N-word. Ty Cobb put him in. And so, Carm, that's your favorite thing? That's what you like?
I like the team. I didn't say I liked him.
You can't like the Tigers without liking Ty Cobb.
Shout out to Paul P from New Zealand. Thank you for the super chat, and glad you could join us when we're nearly done, but thank you for coming though. Have you been here the whole time, Paul? Or did you just show up?
Oh, we got all these Yankees fans coming out of the woodwork. What's going on here? Well, Carm, if I have to choose the Yankees or the Tigers, I'll go with the Tigers. How about that?
Okay, friends again.
Okay, how many siblings does Vocab have? And can you tell me anything about them? How many siblings does Vocab have? And then there's one question, then we're done. Someone wants me to ban all the Yankees fans. I got to tell you guys, I dislike the Red Sox more than the Yankees. So I know it's hard for some people to hear, but I used to like the Astros, but man, I don't know if you guys saw, they're cheaters. That whole scandal. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
How many siblings do I have? Oh, one sister, best sister ever. She's beautiful. She's a great human being. Yep, that's true.
She's so good.
I have one sister. Do you guys want a bonus question? How many children does my sister have?
This many.
Yeah, 12. She's got her own tribe chart there. One of them is named Judah, incidentally. Yep, 12 kids. Yep.
And she's so calm. She's not at all. You'd think 12 and you'd go, she'd be pulling her hair out. No.
Yeah,
she's right across that. Like she's got it.
Yeah, it's the opposite. That's how she's able to have them all. She's pretty cool, you know. She's just chill. She's real cool people, you know. Got a great sister. I'm blessed. All right, last question of the day. Does Vocab have a criminal record?
I'm gonna say.
And then bonus points if you want to guess for what.
Well, you just gave it away.
No. Oh, well, it's like if I do, what would it be for? You know what I'm saying? Because someone might even say, oh, he doesn't have one, but if he did, it'd be for this.
Okay. Ooh. Oh. I'm trying to think of for what. Let me cheat.
No
Oh
cheat.
yeah, I'm going with wood.
Yeah. As long as all right, you guys ready?
Yeah. I'm going with wood.
Yes for tagging, yes graffiti, yes for tagging Mao 1. And a bunch of people guessed that in there. True. Yeah, so that's true. Yeah, vandalism. Just don't put voyeurism. It's vandalism. Not just I want to make sure people get that right. Yeah, that's the one thing. I can't remember which one's worse. I just now forgot. Is it first class or third class misdemeanor? It's one of the two, and I just forgot what it is. And all I had to do was pay a fine, and I had to do community service, which is walk around in an orange vest with a bunch of people who had done way worse stuff than me, like murder, which got charged as manslaughter and drug rackets and all kinds of stuff because they're telling their stories while we're walking around. And I'm like, man, this is like the least of what these folks had to do. But it was pretty fun and easy. And we just walked around downtown with trash bags and vests and did that for 30 hours, I think. And I think that was that. So I was fortunate with that. But yeah, that's what it was. But I could have got caught more for it, but they didn't charge me. There's a couple other times some stuff happened, but they didn't charge me. So fortunately, it was only one time that I actually got, busted for it. The other one time I had to clean it off, one of those things. And then another time when we tried to run from the cops, they busted us for jaywalking. So they could have gave us worse charge. Anyways, so only one thing, which is nice. So that's what's up, people. So yeah.
Does everyone in chat think that we know vocab a little bit better at the 2-year mark? That's the flavor we wanted today. We wanted it to be, let's get to know him and a little bit about us. I've had fun.
Yeah, David says, I had to do that too, but I was in 6th grade with all these 16 and 17-year-old criminals. So yeah, mine wasn't identical to that, but it was like that where I was like walking around like, oh my gosh, like if I don't, it was just weird to be with these folks and be like, yo, this could be like a lot worse. Like I could be in jail or prison with these guys. I don't like walking around picking up trash is one thing. Yeah. So anyways, but it worked out. That was an interesting time. Those, and I got to tell you, man, those experiences with the cops, man, it's like 1 out of every 10 experience with the cop that I had at least was like a decent one, and it's tough, man. Because you're like, man, if I'm doing stuff like this minor and anyways, one day I'll tell those stories. All right, well, that's pretty much it. You guys are great. And sorry, there was some issues here and there with the freestyle and the volume, everybody, but thanks for being troopers nonetheless. And thanks, mods, for putting this together.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you guys are great people, man. We're very blessed. I hope you guys know how much you're appreciated and loved and how much you make a difference with a lot of people's lives, not just mine. And so much love. And that includes Rox B, who's not here, and all the other folks. And thank you for rocking the super chat, you guys, everyone that did it. And let me see. We are going live tomorrow, right? Let me see. What are we doing tomorrow? I'm going live for something, aren't we? Or are we not? Oh, no, we're not going live tomorrow because we have our Patreon meeting.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, man, we're going to be hanging out a lot this weekend. So tomorrow is our exclusive supporter meeting. Listen, if you're a supporter, but you're not on Patreon, I can give you the code if you like hit me up and say, look, I'm not a supporter, but I regularly give the super chats, and I'll know who you are, obviously. You guys can come in too. But the thing is, Patreon's like kind of like the way to do it. So if you hit me up ASAP, I can give you the link if you are a supporter in some way. Some of you guys hook things up through PayPal. I would give it to you too, but it's like hard to keep and the subscribe star people, I've already let them know. But the thing is, it's hard to like get it out to everybody. It's easy to do on Patreon, but let me know if you're like, hey, I'm a supporter, and I'll see, you know what I'm saying, and I'll hook you up. But that's tomorrow, and we'll have fun. So I guess that's it. And then it's been great kicking it with you guys, and I hope you have a blessed 4th the rest of your day.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Peace.